Hello.
Hello.
All
Oh,
right, all
God.
right, all right. And we
So,
are
so Mark, what are we watching again?
Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
And would you agree that, like, without this, we wouldn't have the likes of fucking X-Files or Millennium or Twin Peaks? This is like,
This
this is
came
the
before it
base
all.
show for all the supernatural kind of mysteries.
Yeah, this really set the foundation for Supernatural, X-Files, all that stuff.
And
Ooh.
how many seasons were there again? Was it only the one season?
I think there was one season, maybe two at the most.
Oh, and we have an Arthur Bremer and a Dale Struck in the chat.
Hey, Dale.
Oh, and we have an Arthur Bremer and a Dale Struck.
And
I was loud! I was so loud! Oh, we have a Solus in the chat as well.
Hello, Trenchy.
Trenchy!
Ruby is starting.
You can tell I had my caps lock on strangely.
I love the way that the caps lock, the placement of the use of the caps lock makes people sound like they're shouting, "Hello, how are you today?"
We're doing all fine. We're all good. Right, I am going to copy the link from the chat and I'm going to send it to Trenchy via message.
Cool.
So Trenchy, check your Twitter. There we go. Oh, sent. Yes, can you tell? We're looking forward to tonight. We all seem to be in a good mood. Thanks, dude. It's one I made myself. It's amazing what you can make with cardboard.
Yeah.
Super glue.
One thing though, painting it can be a bastard. If you use the wrong type of paint, that thing will soak through it like fucking shit through second-hand fucking toilet paper, man. It's fucking cardboard. You got to make sure which ply cardboard it is.
Yeah.
Like the strength of it and like paint and shit going through. And we are talking arts and crafts on Mark's fucking stream. I'm so sorry, Mark. What the fuck are we doing?
It's fine.
It's alright. You've also got a semi-professional cosplayer in the group, so on the chat. So this is gonna happen.
Exactly.
Oh, Troy Tully! I had no idea Mark had a channel. Now you do. And we are going to be alternating the show between Trash's channel, Mark's channel, and my channel. So you're going to have to subscribe to all three in order to keep track.
Yeah, it's like the Megazord. You want the full fucking Megazord, you're going to have to fucking subscribe to us all.
Yeah. We're evil, but in a nice way.
Look, we are the equivalent of fucking Reaganomics with toys.
Yeah.
And it's Baywatch! Baywatch is in the fucking house!
The Bay of B-movie watch has arrived.
It's okay, ladies. Trenchy's here now. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be looking at our mugs. The draw is here.
He has arrived. He has arrived. I love how we just kill Mark.
What's that female subscriber? Where can you fucking mail your knickers to Trenchy? I don't know. What's your address, Trenchy?
And Trenchy's kind of like, okay, I've had enough. Let's go.
Please stop.
Please stop! Save my soul! What's left of it anyway in this trench coat? How you doing, Drenchy?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
Kicking, just not kicking.
Alaga, yeah.
Let me know when you guys are ready to start the movie.
Give me a sec. Let's sort this mask out.
Okay, I'm gonna be total old woman. I'm gonna take a piss again before we go, okay? Because I have a bladder like a toddler. Be right back. Shit. Oh.
Now look this shit up. What are we watching?
Kolchak, Night Stalker.
Okay.
Get in there, you will fit.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's a tight fit.
This is on YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll find this shit.
There we go. That's better. It's no longer falling down my face.
From what I've seen, they had the. If I'm not mistaken, it might only be one season because YouTube has the whole thing.
Okay, I found Kojak 1972.
That's it.
Hour 14. Okay, gotcha.
I don't know why I'm covering. I don't know why I'm covering the mask. I'm like, okay, I can't even cover my mouth.
Should be Kolchak the Night Stalker movie, 1972.
Yep, I found it.
And for those in the chat who wish to watch along, here's the link for you. There we go. It should show up, obviously.
I'll be right back. Now I gotta take a piss.
Oh, that's right, good.
Pee break before we start.
Pee break before anything else.
Speaking of pee breaks, I think I better take one myself.
I'm the only one here. Hee hee.
And
What
that
do we
is
show?
why you always take a piss before the movie starts in the cinema.
Well, what do people want to talk about? Anything interesting?
Hey, please do
Come on.
put cardboard into the microwave.
You can put cardboard into the microwave. Just be careful.
Well, he's cold.
There must be the only person that can do a drum roll on his face now.
Oh, damn.
And let's make sure everything works.
Nom. Oh.
Straw. Yep. Cigarette holder. Yep.
Wow.
Dale Shrunk has just chimed in saying, "Weird how a chat of 4 is better than a chat of thousands." Why, thank you. We try to be entertaining, but it also helps that we're all a bit eccentric.
Dude, can you imagine 1,000 people in a fucking chat? That would be insane.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch that or follow conversation. That'd be fucking mental, man.
That would. I think that would break YouTube.
I think it would be quite fun though, but the only way it would work is if each person could only say one word, so then you get 1,000-word long sentence made of jargon.
Guys, do you eat Dominoes?
No, I usually play with them.
Fuck you, Deacon. No, if you get a, if you get a chance, you gotta try these. They're fucking lovely. They're
What the
dough
hell?
balls.
Well, the pizza's okay. It's just really weird that it's called Domino's and they don't serve pizza in the shape of a domino. When were
The
Domino's
box
round?
are in the shape of a domino.
Domino, domino, domino.
It's funny you say that though, because Pizza Hut out here used to have like a box pizza, a foot long box pizza that looked almost exactly like a domino.
Yeah.
The Domino's need to adopt that.
Yeah.
Because at least that way, when they go hard and stale, you can at least line them up and play with them.
Deacon, do you know where came back recently, actually? 4-star pizza.
4-star pizza.
Yeah.
That's been a
Do you
while.
remember them back in the day? They came back. I don't know if they're back in England now, but they came back in Ireland.
No, they're not back over in England yet. But it will only be a matter of time. Pizza spreads.
Guys, can you still get 4-star pizza over in America? Or were they ever in America?
Not that.
Right, so Mark, give us a countdown and we'll stick on the odd flick.
Going to start the movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and plane.
Ooh, old-fashioned tape recorders. They take me back to my youth. I have never seen a fridge so barren.
Man, this apartment is small.
Welcome to New York, where you get charged $2,000 for that amount of space. Oh, Troy Ollie wants to...
Mark, is that the guy who was killed in the Twilight Zone movie?
Troy Ollie wants to know, are we all from Ireland?
Just me. Just me, Trolley.
There's only one from Ireland, and that'll be Trash. There's one from England, that'll be me. There's one from America, there's 2 from America.
There's one from Baywatch.
One from America and one who escaped from Baywatch. Because unfortunately, when Baywatch ended, it turned into a cannibal Holocaust type thing, so he had to escape the island.
That I'd be down with. I'd be down with it.
Lucky.
Oh, we have that one in the chat.
Lucky you managed to steal. Deacon, he managed to steal fucking Pam Anderson's fucking fake boobs and use them as flotation devices to escape the island.
Her silicone implants act as a flotation device.
Exactly.
Oh, Mark, you know the guy who plays Kolchak?
Darren McGavin.
That's not the guy who was killed in the making of the Twilight Zone movie, was it?
No, I don't
No,
think.
no.
It was a kid that... Was it the guy and the kid, or was it just the kid killed in that?
No, it was the guy and both kids.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the guy.
I don't think I've ever seen this show at all, so this should be interesting.
You'll like it, Trinchy. If you like anything like Supernatural or True Blood or anything like that, this is where they got the idea from.
Yeah, as Mark was saying, without this, there'd be no X-Files or Twin Peaks or...
No, there wouldn't.
Okay.
This really, this show is kind of all those movies rolled into one series.
And this movie is actually showing you something quite smart. One doctor is not wearing his mask correctly. The other two are.
And anybody who watched MASH will recognize that doctor.
Oh, it's been so long since I watched MASH.
Remember Major Frank Burns?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
He's your head doctor.
Oh. It's going to be hard to separate that association now.
I know, right? You know, as much as I watched the show, I didn't remember him ever being in it until I watched this a couple nights ago. And I was like, well, I'll be damned. Major Frank Burns.
Hi, Ethel.
Hello, Ethel.
Ethel's more than welcome to join the party if she wants to.
Do you want me to send you a link via Twitter, Ethel?
We're only like, what, a few minutes in?
Yeah, we're only a couple minutes in.
So I will sort that out for you, Ethel.
Or you could just post the link in the chat, Deacon.
It's alright. There we go. Sent to Ethel.
I'm sorry, guys. My TV just like randomly turned off. I'll be back.
No, not from dude. We know technology hates us. Technology hates us. Well, this is what happens when you invite Gremlin onto the chat.
Yeah, we're only 5 minutes into the show.
I'm going to be fucking buzzing tonight, lads. Fucking Pepsi at midnight. Oh, fuck. Oh,
We're gonna have a trashed on the moon.
No, not booze, man. Just,
My God, that's a hideous tie.
just... Oh, not booze, just caffeine. Oh.
See, if you painted a room if you painted the entire room that colour yellow, I'm pretty sure you'd drive someone crazy. Because that's just a...
It's the only tie you could spill mustard on and it wouldn't fucking... No one would notice it. Hang on a minute. We've chuck the link to the actual movie into the chat as well.
Done. It should be there now, unless it's blocking me because I don't have a wrench. Unless it's blocking me because I don't have a wrench.
6 minutes, 13 seconds into the movie. To answer Ethel's question.
Ah.
Well, fuck them. They don't choose what I watch.
That cop in the hat really looks like he's really out of his element.
That's why. That's the cat was in the bag, and it unplugged the TV.
Your cat unplugged your fucking TV?
Yeah.
That's one cheeky arse fucking cat. And yeah, I mixed the main actor up with Vic Morrow. That's the fucking dude who died in the Twilight Zone.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently Trenchy's cat really wants to be worshipped like they were in Egypt, so it's depriving him of all media coverage.
Sorry about that. Where are we?
We are 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah. Give or take.
That's a story for a different time.
They're after finding a body of a woman in is it a quarry or a fucking dam or a...
It looks like a
spillway?
flood overflow.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're at like 7. I'm at 7 minutes, so. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right, dude. As
No
I was
worries.
saying, your cat just remembers being worshipped in Egypt and says, "I'm unplugging you. You need to worship me."
I do like the fact that like most people it'd be some mundane shit like their power went out or the batteries in the remote went. No, Trenchy has a fucking cat plot to fucking undo the stream on it. He looks very like Vic Morrow. It's weird.
Hello, we're the police. We're here to try and. Okay,
Where the hell
apparently,
everything and can the
Uh,
entire area.
apparently, when I'm posting the movie link into the chat, it's not showing up. So someone else is gonna have to do it.
Okay, now I need the link to the chat. Hang on a minute.
Just a link to
How
the
not?
movie.
Oh,
Just
she
link to
needs.
the movie. Link to the movie.
The
No,
thing is,
she-
can
she-
leave link.
Oh,
Ed
Isn't
to
it-
leave link to the chat or
I
a
put
link
that-
to.
oh, that's why I put the wrong link in. Bloody hell. Give me a sec. StreamYards. I sent her the movie and not the thing. Sorry, Ethel. You can kill me later. There you go. StreamYards. Sorry, Ethel. You can kill me later.
I can't get over how much this dude looks like Vic Morrow. Like, were they separated at birth?
I like how they like. I like it when they like mix the like your CSI shit with like vampires and werewolves and shit. I always like that combination.
So, Mark, this is a kind of movie version. Was this the pilot? Was this like the first aired pilot?
Yeah, this is the first air pilot of the show. And no, Ethel, it is not just a per person show. Anybody who wants to join in is welcome.
You should have the link on Twitter now. I sent it to you via Messenger.
Oh, me legs! Me legs are fucked.
Yeah. Sorry if I sent it to you in Messenger. I've sent it now, so if you check on your Twitter, you'll find it.
I want his hat. Although, you know what? It's one of those things where, like, you'd love to have his hat, but it'd only work on him. Like, if you tried wearing it, you just look like a fucking knob jockey.
Hello, I wear this hat, and that's because
Yeah,
I'm a hillbilly farmer. What is it with these people and wearing ties that are eyesores?
What face was that nurse making behind him as well? She's like, Ron, remember, I was supposed to suck you off in the fucking closet. Hello,
Hello,
Ethel!
Ethel!
Hey! Would it be about 11 minutes in?
We are 12 minutes.
12 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh, sweet. I'm only a few seconds off.
Oh, I'm 11 minutes.
Oh well, as long as we're all within about a minute of each other, I think it will work.
Yeah, it's no fucking biggie. Like, is that Matlock? Sorry, I thought that was old Matlock.
If McCurdy had suggested the murder was committed by a giant butterfly, he couldn't have made more fuss.
Fucking Matlock. Although he couldn't be, because Matlock was old in the 80s, not the 70s. Or well,
These women with kitten in the throat.
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
Matlock's been old. I think Matlock's been old for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, Matlock was old in the 80s, the 90s, and right up and as long as I've been watching the show.
That you killed these women by burying the throat for the extent.
if you had to pit Matlock against one of the Golden Girls, who would you pit against him? My money's on Blanche. She'd have sex with him because he'd have a heart attack. That's how I think she'd take him
I'd
out.
have to pick Rose because that old battle, I say they're gonna die.
I tend to believe they were vampires.
Ethel, if you had to put Matlock against one of the Golden Girls, who would you pick to fight him?
To fight one of the I don't know. Probably Dorothy. She's got that height advantage.
Oh, B. Arthur, she's out of her. Like, again, keep in mind, B. Arthur had to run a cantina on Halloween. So, like, there's no fucking around with somebody like that.
But just look at her. She's a wrecking machine.
See, the thing that makes me the thing that makes me think, and is slightly strange, is the only reason I know about B. Arthur isn't because of the Golden Girls. I heard about the Golden Girls later. It's because of the movie Airheads, where one of the ransom things that they ask for are naked pictures of B. Arthur.
I remember B. Arthur from History of the World Part 1.
No, all I know her from is the Golden Girls and the Star Wars Holiday Special, which we have to do a watch on for Christmas. I am fucking adamant. I don't care.
Dude, George Lucas would shut the stream down so fast.
No, we're not going to
No, it's public domain. It's public domain.
Oh,
Wait, it's public domain.
in
Yeah,
that
it's public
case,
domain. You're right.
in that case, George Lucas, get ready to be picked apart.
In fact, maybe I'll do something like I'm doing for the last watch along if it goes well.
Yeah, we'll do it closer to Christmas because I definitely want to watch or subject people to that fucking atrocity of
I do advise that if you have a weak constitution when it comes to that movie, then please do drugs.
The thing I love is the fucking grandfather Wookiee jerking off. What was the singer again?
I can't remember, but yes, Wookiee porn.
Oh my god, the jaw motions alone just.
Arnold Schwarzenegger chewing on a toffee while he's ejaculating type porn movement.
That weird PR thing. Oh my god.
Like,
Guys, I'm calling dibs on that for my channel, and Ethel, you can re-edit it for your one.
Oh, sweet. It's great. It's a great film. It's got Mark Hamill in that weird pancake makeup because he got severely burned before the filming.
Oh yeah, he had to have some reconstructive surgery, and it made him look like a bright orange monstrosity for a while.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a kabuki play.
Yeah.
If you look at Carrie Fisher's right hand, the nail on her pinky is like super long because that's her coke scooping nail.
That's her bumping digit.
Yeah.
On those lines, unofficially for you on anything you bring, just between the two.
I've only seen of the house, so I never watched the full thing because I don't know.
If you can make it through the whole thing, you win a prize. My admiration.
Vampire killer in Las Vegas? Question mark.
I've seen it way too many times, to be honest. It's funny.
Did you use the word vampire? One screwball who imagines he's a vampire is loose in Las Vegas, and people ought to be told. If it's a screwball running around loose in Las Vegas, the last time you get to the head.
Deacon, does Kershak look like a missing character from Morrison Comics? Or is it just...
Give me a sec. My mask is falling apart.
All I can think of is that screwball in Las Vegas. Could it be Chris Angel?
Yeah.
In heaven, with a celestial choir in the back.
I guess I fell asleep.
There we go, I fixed it.
Yeah, you do great things for my masculinity, you know. Well, I think that the Chenzo has a new sense of truth. It's got to be, man, it's got to be. Hey, so,
Well, you're certainly making me very glad that I woke tonight.
Oh, a Freddy Krueger TV.
More fake news before CNN. There was kolchak tonight, stalker. The vampire. Jesus.
I'm either ahead of you guys or behind you guys. Kolchak is on the job right now. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think he's on the job. We're at the bit where he's talking in the office with the TV in the background that looks like one that someone Freddy Krueger shoved into.
Oh, is that the scene with the bronze eagle in the foreground?
Yeah, we're currently on my one. I'm currently at the bedroom scene.
Oh, 'cause I'm-
Oh no, Dale Shrunk says he's heading out now, but he says bye, guys.
Stay safe out there. Don't get attacked by vampires.
Good deal.
Bye, Dale. Remember, if you see a werewolf, run!
quick, are we at 1915 yet?
I'm at 1950.
1950?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I am.
He's snogging so hard in the bed.
Okay, I just got past there.
Yay, someone's burping and it's not me.
Not me. I had too much Pepsi Max.
That's alright, it's not me,
Generation.
I'm happy. It's not me, I am happy. Don't worry.
Man, that hat.
Ethel, I was saying it looks cool, but I think if anyone else was to wear it, they'd look like a fucking absolute cock goblin. I mean, I think he's the only guy that'll be able to pull it off.
I could see one other person pulling it off. Terry Pratchett.
I genuinely think that Kolchak is a missing American character from Puzzle Gummidge. I don't know why though.
That hat kind of reminds me of the Crayola hat from Catalina Caper.
Jesus.
Is it still 70s?
Mary Brandon, Sugar,
See, are all these motorbike cops or what? They're all wearing motorbike helmets.
It's Chips. After dark.
Like, okay. No lights, no flashes, no nothing.
Did you guys get Baywatch After Dark over across that pond there? Did you have to suffer
We got Frenchie. That's the best thing we could get. And it's past midnight, so yeah.
Yeah. Frenchie's the only one that we get on this side of the pond, but it's nice having the Bay of Baywatch with us.
Yeah,
Oh no, they
He
had
is literally watching with us.
they had this awful spin-off of Baywatch called Baywatch Nights, where David.
He's a detective.
Yeah, he's a detective. And then they tried to turn it into a supernatural show towards the end.
Oh, fuck off. Really? I saw some episodes of us on Bravo. Jesus,
They tried to- like the
we've
X-Files or something.
We've got Horror DVD Devil 333 in the chat. He says, "Hey everybody."
Hey.
Hola.
Oh, no, you are not unplugging the TV again. No.
Bad pussy! Bad pussy!
Ethel, just an update. Trenchy's cat keeps unplugging his TV.
See, I've heard of static causing a problem with TV, but an actual full-blown hair cat doing the whole thing, and not just a hairball. Oh no!
Oh, Kolchak's gonna play the craps table.
And if he wins, he gets crabs.
Oh, jeez.
To get craps.
That might just be the hors d'oeuvres in Vegas. There's a reason why that buffet is all you can eat. Let me tell you.
Oh, Jesus.
He's got to make sure that
Are you trying to outdo Deacon? Because
he's just got to make sure that
I thought Caro was giving him a run for his money, but Jesus, Ethel, you're fucking giving Deacon.
when you're at the all you can eat when you're at the all you can eat buffet, just make sure. Don't be selfish.
Now, see, if they let you bring a doggy bag, you'd be okay with that dog. Oh, never mind.
I don't need a doggy bag. Why? I killed my dog. Okay.
Woman, I know it was your dog, but while the dog is getting knackered fucking eating this guy, would you not get into your car and fuck off?
The Chicago Globe.
Oh, is the vampire Jack Palance?
I mean,
Get in your.
Besides Galileo, because the world
That's
is round.
not a bad move.
Not that it does much good, of course, and better than its flank.
Oh,
Jack, Kelly Ford has got to get the You'll never give up.
See, I have to. I don't know why, but that TV in the background, is it just me, or if that just fell off, that would crush someone's skull? TV. Too big in the day.
I say the stand is strong enough for how many fucking pegs are on it, man?
3.
Oh, it's grand. It was like 1. Like, so that isn't just fucking screwed into drywall. It's fine.
Oh, get out, Kiwi flag. This nut thinks he is a vampire. He has killed 4, maybe 5 women.
I'm
He
trying
was
to
bring
fuck
every drop of blood from anyone.
and you're I'm off. On record.
Print news, not talks. You know darn well why we're talking. No, tell me what. Could it be because we had been told to? Oh, Jack, you are an idiot. Worse, you're
do
irresponsible.
you think that suit protects Kolchak from vampires?
Well, what the hell does it matter what it is?
I think it
Or
protects
is
him
it
from
off
women.
putting it?
I think it protects him from women.
Well, it might protect him from vampires, especially if it's tailored for him from Italian garlic vines.
Like,
I'll tell you one thing. It's not going to.
Sorry,
I'll tell you one thing.
11:30 p.m.
I'll tell you one thing that's not going to protect him from an open flame.
16 pounds. All the blood has been eliminated.
Jeez, polyester. This is 1970 something. That's like wearing flash paper, my friend.
Yeah, all he needs is to act. Do you think that's why they prevented him from really actually sparking his cigarette on set? So far, he's been holding it and smoking at a distance.
I'd be concerned.
Keep your mouth shut. Yes, sir.
Oh, come here, buy this car, buy this car. It's the one you need. No, it's not. I need one that's got lost trunk space.
He'll stand on his head and eat a bug to sell that car.
I am kind of perplexed, right? Kolchak is a reporter. He's not a PI, he's a reporter.
Probably.
Why are they giving him access? Why are the cops so fucking like, yeah, no bother, dude. No, we won't worry, you messed with our investigation.
Because the movie has to happen.
Okay. Kolchak, great.
See, the hat is a natural talisman that gives Kolchak amazing charisma with police.
Is it like, is the hair like he's is the doctor's psychic notepad where he can hold it up and like, yeah, I'm a cop, I'm wearing a magic hat. Oh yeah, he's wearing a hat. He must be a cop.
I think it's like force powers, where he's just like, yeah, I can come in here, right? You will let me into the morgue. I can look into the evidence locker.
Look,
These
guys,
these are
let him
not
in.
the corpses you're looking for.
He's obviously homeless. He obviously needs a place to stay. Just let him in. It's all right.
Don't worry, let the guy in. He's only going to have a quick 5-minute poke and then leave.
That's what she said.
Did Kolchak get laid on the show?
Yeah, he seems to be in an on-again relationship with this soccer mom. This slightly attractive soccer mom. It's just, you gotta go now, honey, before the kids get back from practice.
I just don't remember him swimming in sand. What the hell?
The thing that strikes me as bizarre is up until this point, I thought she was his daughter.
Yeah, no, that was the chick he was.
The way they set it up was the blonde that he's shagging is she was a the first victim that you see get killed.
Oh, here's my book of demons. My book of demons. My book of horrors.
Of them all, the vampires seem to have accumulated the largest body of...
Right, chat. They managed to go through the entire book. Tell me which page number has me on it.
The vampire is actually indestructible, showing only the sign of the cross. Before daybreak, he must return to his coffin, otherwise he will be destroyed by the purifying grace of the sun. It is then, when he lies dormant, he can be destroyed.
Perfect. This is exactly what I need.
Amazing how they always find the exact book that explains everything they need to know in these kinds of situations.
It's almost as if there's a library goblin running around going, right, you need a Necronomicon, you need the Book of Devils, you need the Book of Masks.
Deacon, do you think that fucker works in the Dewey system? Or the regular inverse alphabetized system?
It would be alphabetized, because if you did it in the Dewey Decimal System, you might accidentally spell out some of the magical words. Someone else!
Do you think he has outstanding late fees? I mean, so that.
So if this fucker is like...
Welcome to the blood bank. I'm here to make a withdrawal.
I'm not asking for
Why is she standing here? Obviously this guy is... Oh, okay, another person arrived and he's getting fucking shouted. And another fucker's gonna get...
He can basically... really well.
Exit via window.
How dare you, sir?
He's a master of...
Rick, is anyone a doctor? No.
Well, on the bright side, at least they were all in or near a hospital.
Except for the poor bastard in the window.
Oh my god, the fucking pounding.
Are like, guys, are vampires known for frog hopping and Irish whipping? Is that like a thing?
Maybe. Jesus.
Maybe the Irish vampire, but only if they've actually drunk a drunk.
Like, those are his only two? Fling a guy and jump over a guy.
Yeah, I can see an Irish vampire doing that.
Occasionally gank a dog like Michael Myers.
That is a vampire, because that guy's different.
Well, you know why vampires do go for dogs? It's good for their canines.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Literally reading our copy on the air. But now the whole list is really drawn up. The maniac had been identified. Brian, there, just got to
I'm guessing when Kolchak shows in the pictures, he won't be in it.
You see this? You see this flying suitcase? Yeah, the guy's around that.
I guarantee you, your man is like fucking transparent or invisible.
If it works on the Germanic version of a vampire, then whatever the vampire is touching is also not caught in a reflection or a picture.
Honestly, though, the actor who's playing the vampire looks like the love child of Jack Palance and Crispin Glover.
He looks like the big butch guy from Sin City, if he's completely retired.
Marv! He looks like fucking... You think he looks like Marv?
Yeah, it's kind of like Marv.
Marv's the yellow, right?
That's Mickey Rourke's character.
Oh, it's not the yellow. Yeah, it's a different guy.
The one who could be mistaken for the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's Marv.
I just hope the next time he frog hops, he clicks his heels together like.
I'm with Ethel on this one though. That guy had some fucking early 70s WWF moves. And yes, I said early 70s, so I can use WWF.
Can you imagine if he did the frog? Can you imagine if he did the frog hop, clicked his heels together, and said, "Luck of the Irish," disappeared.
So my people are saying no longer just a local matter. Now, gentlemen, the one constant that is shown up in all of our reports is
That's one crowded office.
many of which have one thing in common:
Yeah, they definitely need a bigger conference room.
a massive loss of blood.
They need to have a conference about getting another conference room. So I think they're stuck with this room until they have another conference.
That's what the Shin Godzilla territory there, Deacon. Having something like that. Having to go to another room deciding which room to.
Yeah, you need to go to another room to decide which room you're going to have the meeting in, because the other room's too small.
Yeah.
You need room, so you need room for a room. A conference for a conference for a room for a room. Okay, interesting sentence.
We had 3 people watching. So, Devil, you're there.
We have a Gnome Presents in the chat. Hello, Gnome. Oh, sorry, Genome Presents. Genome. Aha.
Hey, Gino.
Hello, how are you?
That those bite marks on the throat were made by human teeth. Tried to confirm the fact that he actually drank their blood. No, wait a
I like the character, Jack. I like this guy, but he's about as useful as Tits and when shit goes down, he's like, I'll take photos. Like, what is he? Yeah. Fucking hell, man. You might as well be an artist. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
You guys are so afraid of appearing stupid that you ignore Jack and you. We'll handle this
The 90s Stephen King.
What was that?
Kolchak's losing power of persuasion. Jeez.
I said this reminds me of that 90s Stephen King to be Night Flyer, except for this dude's not an asshole.
That's the problem with most Stephen King's work, though. There's always an asshole.
So, has it turned up in the photos? Has the photo turned up?
All right,
I would think they photograph, you know, vampires.
Yeah, he would turn up. He'd be like fucking, as Deacon said, it's just a briefcase fucking hovering around. And unless, as Deacon said, it's a Germanic briefcase. A Germanic vampire. Not a Germanic briefcase. A Germanic vampire. What if would it be cancelled out if the briefcase was Germanic?
Oh, in that case, I think it might show up more in the picture because it would be screaming, "Oh no! Racial guilt!"
Well, you know it's not a Samsonite because there isn't a gorilla jumping up and down on top of it.
And I don't know where this fucking ape is going to like interesting. That'd be wild. That'd be like, yeah. Now that's the story.
Did you?
Oh,
Thought that vampire was tough. The ape comes out of nowhere, rips his arms right off.
And when he does that, he turns around and says, "I won't." When he does that, he turns around and says, "Right, that's enough. I will not defeat an unarmed man."
okay, guys. What would happen, right, if King Kong is a vampire? Would he contract vampirism? Would there be enough blood in his body to change?
Disease, maybe.
It depends on the vampire and the rules. Are we talking about the collective consciousness of a vampire?
Let's say the fucking 30 vampires.
If we're talking collective consciousness about vampires in modern media, then the vampire would have to drink at least 60% of King Kong's blood and then feed King Kong enough blood to equate to 1%.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think there's a vampire big enough to drink that.
Yeah.
And if you're going by Forever Night rules, they have to be like romantically involved and stuff for that to work. So, you know, Dracula would have to have like a romance with King Kong.
Let's not rule out that one, okay? Let's not rule that out altogether, okay? Because, like, again,
They're just taking a long walk on the beach of Skull Island, you know. Dracula hands him a bouquet of bananas. Oh, it's so sweet.
I suppose what you could
Bring a tear to your eye. Oh, it's just a love story.
take 10,000 leeches, allow each leech to consume one bit of the vampiric blood so that they have it in them, and then get all of them to attack King Kong at the same time, so they take the same amount of blood, and then get him to eat those. That would turn him into a vampire. It's overly convoluted, but it would turn him into a vampire.
That.
Kind of like how the mayor in Buffy ate all those weird bug things.
Oh, and turned into the big snake.
Genome Presents says, "Lol, I just had a memory of a one-time vampire named Spark on Forever Night."
I remember Forever Night.
We're fighting underwater.
Look, this one. You want to fucking sort this fucker out? Bless the fucking swimming pool. Just doing out fucking decular rosary of the swimming pool and watch the fucker melt like tapioca.
Or if we were going to do it from my religion, from the church that I represent, then it's standing in the water saying, "I'm the dude."
They should have had this scene in the ocean so that they could have had him fight a shark like in Zombie.
I'm trying
Mark.
to add the other one. I can't fucking pull up his screen.
Do you want me to exit for a minute and see if that helps?
Well, no,
I
it's not that.
can always jump back in.
I can't, like I said,
Well, Andrew, how come Andrew
Let me try something.
okay, we got it.
Hey,
Okay.
So we got it. Okay, now we just wait for Deacon to come back.
yep.
Do you want a timestamp for the movie, Andrew?
Yeah, that would be nice.
We are at 40 minutes and 40.
Yeah, 43.
Okay, give me a sec.
Like, Ethel, if you were a cop and you had some fucking dude in a weird hat with a camera following you around as you're trying to apprehend a member of the undead, would you not find it slightly irritating?
I believe that would be obstruction of justice and he'd be arrested.
Yeah, so, can someone explain?
Because you're really not
Mark,
supposed to.
is this guy a PI? Is he a reporter? Did he fuck the commissioner's fucking dot? What is going on? How is he getting away with this? How is he let off with this? I need answers.
The police would never be this friendly with a real reporter or a PI.
Back in the 70s, they would have put him a pistol.
I might be out of left field here, but does anybody else James Bond feel from this dude? He feels like slightly James Bond. Weird way.
James Bond.
It's like a super agent with paranormalness.
What the wait? What's up with Streamlabs? It should be allowed to have 6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know, man.
That's some Eli fucking bollocks right there.
When I signed up, they told me I could have 8.
yeah.
But the standard thing is 5. The standard is 6 now. They
I've had 6 on a touch screen.
But I just started like the other week, and it said 8.
Trenchy's got. What the hell's happening?
It's killing us. The stream is eating us.
Taking us off one time. Like some bad
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because I know you're allowed to have at least 6. I don't understand.
Like, I had 60 guys on the other fucking night, and there was no fucking issue.
Yeah, like we've always had 6.
Hey, Trenchy, I'm glad you're not.
Deacon, can you enter the
Wait, got him.
Hey,
There we go.
Yay! We got it to work.
Yeah. Hey, we did it. Well, we did it.
I guess Streamlabs was just having a bit of a hiccup.
There's only a bit of
We're
something.
probably youth now.
Okay, so how is this guy getting around fucking?
I'm not set him again.
The only thing I can think of is being that he's a reporter, he's got dirt on everybody in town.
Okay. But surely he has some kind of fucking he is some kind of moral fucking thing going. I could get away here, right?
Whoa.
I actually covered the microphone.
It sounds like something escaped from your body.
I'm going to be at a 6.5. But it was good.
The evil spirits, they want to communicate. I am their vessel. But Ethel, the goal is to. Have you ever watched Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah.
You know the Booger Burp when he's doing the burp competition.
Yeah.
My aim is to naturally be louder than that.
Ah,
And
but
that's camel fucking getting itself on. That's a camel accent. That was
Yeah, it was the actual recording is the actual recording that Booger makes is a camel orgasming.
Why is that something that they're sampling in the first place? Why did they know to use that? That disturbs me.
Well, it's like
It's not.
there's a woman that has a job to manually masturbate these animals, and they're recording it while she does it for science.
Yeah.
But why is that a thing? Why do they know that this is the sound that they need?
Dude,
Because science, damn it.
You need to watch the behind the scenes documentary. They went through so many sounds: baboons orgasming and burping and cooling, birds, hippos, hyenas, dogs, everything, and then it was camels.
It's the camel O was the one.
But yes, I think in one of Trenchy's streams, I actually beat the record.
Maybe, yeah.
knock a stream off air with a burp so fucking loud. You actually knocked. You caused the stream to fucking crash.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story. I know it's a bit of a story because the guy who basically stream it was a known liar, but I like saying it because it's a nice little story. But burping loud enough for him to send a message going, YouTube cut the stream short because they thought it was an explosion.
Well, given your fucking EMP superpower, I wouldn't be surprised. You're like fucking Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. When you touch the computer, everything just fucking bricks.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Or that one character in development.
It's now my 4th keyboard this year.
What are you doing to it?
Nothing. They just naturally break. I need to
charge you some kind of fucking organic electromagnetic pulse that fucking bricks shit.
Oh, like in powder.
Yeah, but it's inconvenient and not as powerful.
Can you do that thing with the deer?
No.
Where you hunt it all weepy-eyed?
No, but I can do that thing where if I'm sitting in front of your Xbox for 8 hours and playing it, by the time you come back, it would have erased all of your data.
What the fuck?
No,
yeah.
No, I can't use my Xbox then. That's it.
Oh, come on. At Comic-Con last year, I made one of their new Xboxes that were going to be coming out in the market in a few months completely go frazzle on me.
Oh, one of the new ones? Well, that's no big deal. Those are everywhere.
But the old style ones, keep me away from them.
I can just see the fucking British government like airdropping you into Russia before the fucking World War III.
We've lost an Anthro. We've lost an Anthro.
Oh no, we got Anthro.
He'll be back.
Aww.
People on
He's one of the undead. Anthro's one of the undead. He'll come back.
Yeah. You can't keep a good Anthro down.
Undead, dead.
Maybe we say his name 3 times.
I'm kind of glad I actually worded that correctly, because for a second now I wanted to say you can't keep a good afro down.
I wouldn't want to be going into that fridge at like 3 in the morning when I'm looking for some milk and all half asleep and get the wrong jug.
Oh, yeah.
That would not be good.
Is this strawberry milkshake? Not quite.
I don't want that on my Cocoa Pops.
That's not a daiquiri. That's not a strawberry daiquiri at all.
But it is a Bloody Mary.
It's the worst Bloody Mary I've ever had.
Actually, I think her name was Jane.
Well, the only reason it's called a Bloody Mary is because the woman who donated it was called Mary.
Oh, so this vampire also has serial killer tendencies.
It's slightly reminiscent of the creeper from
Jeepers Creepers.
Midnight in London.
Oh, okay.
I got it. That's the Lost movie, right? Lon Chaney's Lost movie.
Technically lost, but it was restored a few years ago, and it's on YouTube.
I gotta watch that because it's Lon Chaney playing a vampire, man. I gotta see that.
Here's the thing. I actually see it. Myself and my friend have a discussion, and we think that might be, again, like there's lots of different origins for Batman, but that is, I think, is a kind of an influence on Batman, where a guy takes the guise of a supernatural criminal or a supernatural creature in order to fight criminals, and I think that was a big influence on Bob Kane and oh fuck, I'm after forgetting Bill Finger.
Well, technically, yeah, because he's technically a vampire cannibal that walks the streets of London at night and eats the people who are out, the ne'er-do-wells, the naughty doers, the drunks.
But the thing is, Deacon, he's not actually a vampire. He's a detective who puts on the guise. He knocks the shit out of them, but I don't think he actually kills anyone.
London After Midnight, sorry.
Yeah.
And Anthro's in the chat. Anthro, do you want on the stage? Because if Streamlad's acting up, let me know.
There shouldn't be any fucking issue that 6 people are on.
No. That's
Probably
crazy.
Was remade as Mark of the Vampire with Lugosi.
Oh, it's not restored. It's just still. I still want to see.
Oh no, it's restored, but there's also a remake of it. So you've got the restoration online, and then you've got one that was made with Lugosi.
Yeah, Deacon, I think the restoration only had stills. They tried putting the movie together using stills. Kind of like what they did with the Lost Doctor Who episodes, where they made animated kind of segments for the pieces they couldn't restore.
It will, yeah, it does take a bit of time to get through.
They should totally do that for movies that have lost it. They should animate it like they did with Doctor Who. Only they should animate it with a different style. I don't like that. They should do it like 1970s, like the animated Planet of the Apes or Star Trek.
Oh yeah, the kind of Fleischer kind of animation style.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that Hanna-Barbera appearance.
Did you see the special edition of Clerks where they used the guys behind the Clerks animated series to restore the lost funeral scene? That scene was only in the comics. Where what is it? Something falls. What? The car keys fall down your one's blouse.
Like, oh God, I haven't watched that in a while. I wish that show had gone on longer. That was a fun show.
That was brilliant. I love Randall at the funeral, and it's like, why the fuck do you come to this? You hate people. Yeah, but I love gatherings. I know, I'm a conundrum. And he's like, he's collecting all the fucking mortuary cards, and he's like, got him, dead, got him, dead. He like baseball cards.
Anthro says he has editing to do. He may be back later, but he'll just listen for now.
Oh, okay. So he didn't get kicked. That's good to know.
Yeah, he just has a lot on his plate, which is fair enough. We sometimes put too much on our plate and realize afterwards that it's too much.
Yeah.
Hey, look at the fucking size of me. you think there's ever too much on my fucking page? No.
But I tell you, last night I was completely dumbfounded. I found this movie called Bad Reputation.
He says no, he did get kicked, but it's just convenient, so now he can do editing.
Wait, okay, how the fuck did he get kicked?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Bullshit,
It's
man.
gotta be Streamlabs.
But dude,
Yeah,
I
think
Well, it's
Streamlabs is acting up because there's a lot of live streams tonight all over the board.
they've been doing it lately because first of all, when you watch them on YouTube, they were glitching, and then they got better. But now I guess they're like acting up. YouTube's
Yeah,
been fucking a lot.
Because all I'm
got-
doing,
Man,
let's see.
Oh, your one's alive. Your one with the dog. Wait, why the fuck didn't he fucking kill her? But this is fucking weird.
Okay.
I didn't kill you because I like your hair.
Dude, the vampire, but he's going
I
to
don't
his
know
house,
about-
right?
Oh my god, it's the police. Actually, ma'am, I'm a hack reporter. Fuck!
Fuck you! You're a reporter. Get me the fuck out of here, you slimy bastard!
Have you a gun or a knife or a stake? With a camera? Oh,
A camera? Just put the gas back in my mouth, motherfucker. I'm gonna die peacefully.
Okay, so there appears to be about 100 live streams all happening on YouTube right about now.
That's why. Yeah, that would have been a lot.
I thought, you think the live streams have kind of fucking really blown up since the whole COVID shite has happened?
Yeah, it definitely has. You've got people who used to meet up in game on the regular for RP, tabletop, or even just for actual gaming. Now, all doing it online via streaming or YouTube to be social, actually speak to people.
Talk to people? What the
Yeah.
fucking bullshit?
Anything to fill in the routine or the lack of routine that has been disrupted.
Well, people are social animals. They need to socialize with each other. It's just a basic human need. So I can believe that it'd blow up in a time where everybody's afraid to go and hang out with each other in person. Or they don't want to have to bother with the masks or the 6 feet or all this other stuff.
No, I completely agree, Ethel. At the moment, because of everything, everybody wants to try and connect, be social, let everybody know that they're still relatively alive. And the best way to do that at the moment is online streaming services. Well, online.
Okay,
I wish-
genuinely I really wish he saved the woman. Like if he saves the chick in the bed, do you know what? I canvas for him to be made into a NECA figure.
Okay, we are dealing with a Germanic vampire.
How can you tell?
Because of the cross. The cross is also made of pure silver.
Okay.
So we
does it
just
work
need to get this guy some Shizer porn, and
You need an AK-47 loaded with silver bullets with little crosses etched onto them.
No, I'm with Ethel. Give him some weird Shiza shit, or Mima, or what's the German for Oma porn. Like he'd be fucking grand, like bit of granny banning, he'll be fucking sorted.
Yeah.
Play him some Rammstein, give him some vodka. He'll be so busy, he won't even bother you.
What the fuck, man?
Just make sure it's a nice posh vodka that usually comes with gold flakes, but make sure it's silver flakes instead.
Ow.
It has to.
Ow.
It has to.
Ow. Ow. Ah, you grabbed my ass. Ow. Oh.
He's giving him a snuggie.
You're scratching my head. I don't care.
Oh, he's popping his pimples for him. Oh, jeez.
Let me check your earlobe. Have you cleaned behind your ear?
Another Irish whip into the wall.
What the fuck? Ow. Yeah, because fucking firearms work the fucking treat. So, before, yeah.
To respond to Anthro, what do you think his favourite Rammstein song is? Sonna.
What's your favorite Rammstein song?
Oh, where?
Prepare to die or scum.
Welcome to the sunshine.
Oh, someone likes their hammer horror. Someone likes their hammer horror a lot.
I like Eagle.
Rise to Rise. That's my favorite.
You could easily kill them. Oh shit! He got us.
Yeah.
He's surrounded by religious icons.
There is
Kolchak is fucking kidding. He's like,
oh,
cosplayer. Please. This is just cosplay.
See, I know we just met and this may be crazy, but can I stake you in the heart while you're there and being lazy?
Ow.
He did it slow like too.
What kind of
This is
kinky
crazy.
shit is going on here?
Yeah,
Look, I keep saying he's a vampire. I'm really not. I'm a method actor.
No, wait, he's not in jail now? What happened?
Well, if it truly is a Germanic vampire, then there is a possibility for a sequel because they would have to remove the head.
Richie, you laughing at the fact someone just got a stake through the heart.
I'm laughing walking on that shit like that. That's got to be awkward.
Yeah, it is. I'm with you on that. That's like, look, it's our anniversary and we were just trying something.
I got caught giving wood to this guy and now all this happened.
Just trying to show him where the property lines are. That's all. Sorry, officer.
Yeah, this is mine, this is thine.
Got a little carried away.
We ended up trying to pitch a tent, but all we had was one stake.
Imagine if he's sick, he starts to never have to knock on wood.
You know the thing about the stake through the heart, right? You all know what that's for, right?
Because
it's supposed to pin the vampire to the ground. Like traditionally, you'd stick them through the heart all the way through into the ground so that they couldn't get up.
In other countries, as Deacon would say, they decapitate them, bury them next first to the vertical fucking grave, and then cover rosaries and garlic, and then.
Yeah, it's like in Malaysia, the Malaysian vampire, when it comes to killing them and making sure they don't rise up, it's burying them quite literally upside down, so their feet are facing upwards.
So they can't climb out.
Yeah, even if they try digging, they're going to end up in the center of the earth first.
Like, I like the hammering of the stake idea. You don't really see that used anymore. Like, you gotta literally hammer the stake in.
Yeah, normally it's just a thrust, but trying to get through that part of the chest, it's going to require a bloody hammer.
Yeah, you're not getting through the sternum or rib cage. It's just not happening.
Yeah, you need some serious force behind it. Close to about 200 to 300 pounds per square inch.
The only way you could do it without a hammer is it'd have to be incredibly sharp, and you'd have to go from underneath up. But they have to be a thin person and not a fat person, because that's the only way you finish.
The only other way is to attach it to some kind of swinging apparatus. The only other way to do it is attach it to some kind of swinging apparatus and then take them from 20 feet above them. So you go, whee, splat.
Do you know what I love?
That steak trap.
Sorry, Ethel, go on.
Well, I was just going to say, the steak trap from First Blood would be perfect. Just have it a little higher.
Yeah. Aim for the heart, not for the guts.
Did any of you guys ever play a game called Legacy of Kain?
Nope.
Legacy of Kain.
And you're a vampire hunting other vampires, but you are a vampire. So when you stake a vampire, you can take its soul. But if you don't take its soul, you can pull the stake out and it'll come back to life. I used to just torture the fuckers. I just used to stake them, take the stake out, come back to life, stake them again before they bite you. It's just, I do it for ages. It's a fucking great game. You could even throw guys onto kind of animal heads, antlers on moors, or kind of shields on moors. Just it was it's a great video game. I used to love staking and using my power to stake out.
But Anthro's right, just like you are. If you take the stake out, it's going to come back to life.
That's
decapitated.
Or the soul reaping game. Deacon, I'm surprised you never came across them or played them.
Fortunately, when it came to computer games and consoles, the best way to put it is whatever I would get would be quickly stolen by my brother and never seen again.
Okay. No, it was just, it came out for the PS1 and it was fucking insane. The level.
Legacy of Kain.
Did you play it, Mark?
Yeah, Raziel was. Yeah, I love Legacy of Kain. Raziel was by far one of the best video game characters I ever came across.
It's cool because he had what happened was he evolved before the rest of his brothers, and Kain grew jealous and tore his wings off and threw him into the abyss, and he got his jaws off.
Yeah.
So he wears kind of like a bandolier around his mouth, and he has some souls of other creatures.
So far, I've received no answers, but I'll keep trying, even though I don't think I'll ever find.
Marty, is that the one where it's like you could choose whether the people you cheat on, but then like you realize there's consequences and shit? They're like,
You can sip on them. You can sip on their soul, or you can basically if you only sip on them and let them live, if they see you in front of them, they will actually kneel down and pray to you. It's pretty awesome. But if you kill too many of the humans and you don't kill the vampires in front of them, they'll go after you. But if you kill a vampire in front of them and don't kill them, they'll be like, they'll worship you. It was a fucking awesome game.
So it had like a reputation system.
Sorry, Ethel?
It had like a reputation system.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I love that game.
I do too. Kind of makes me want wish I still had a PlayStation.
Sorry, Mark?
So it kind of makes me wish I still had a PlayStation.
Yeah. If you guys have a PS1 or have you not a PS2, Mark? No?
Yeah, I have a PS2.
It's not, dude, it'll play backwards. It's backwards compatible on the PS2. The PS1 games will play in the PS2. So if you have PS2 and you come by it in the Thrifties, pick it up, like, because it's a
I like
fucking
the-
awesome.
I like the ending of this movie. It's a bit like from the Bram Stoker's Dracula and everything, where it's read from the diaries and notes. It's kind of like all that's left over are these these cassette tapes.
Yeah.
I will add about the PS2 thing, though. If you get an older one, sometimes they don't play the PS1 games. Like my PS2 won't play PS1 games. I actually have to play it on my original PlayStation because it's old.
I wish I had some. Well, I've got some consoles, but not many. Most of my
What
stuff
ones
has taken years. I've got a Nintendo 64 with one game and a
GoldenEye?
PlayStation 3. No,
GoldenEye?
Mario Kart.
Okay. It's just like every fucker who had a 64 had GoldenEye.
That game was
not
great.
me.
I didn't even have a 64, and I got to play GoldenEye all the time. It was awesome.
As I said, unfortunately, these are ones that have been donated to me over the last few years. But growing up, if there was a console in the house, it would be quickly stolen, taken upstairs, locked in my brother's room, and never seen again. Didn't matter whose it actually belonged to.
I have 2 Wiis. No jokes, Steakin. I have 2 Wiis, NES, a Super NES, a 360, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS2, and an Amstrad.
That just sounded weird in my head, though. 2 Wii's, an S Plus.
Actually, no, sorry, not 2 Wiis. 2 GameCubes, 1 Wii. Sorry.
Passing 2 GameCubes with a Wii. Ooh, terrible.
The first GameCube I got was from that friend of mine I was telling you about, Ethel. Before she passed, she actually gave it to me.
Oh. Well, it was nice of her.
Yeah, no.
Was it the black one?
Yeah, it was the black one. She has it covered in Metallica stickers. The thing was, she had this thing of whenever a new console came out, she would sell the old one and use the money to get the newer one. And that week, I think it was the I think it was the Wii that was coming out. So she sold me the GameCube in order to get money for the Wii. And like
Oh, wow.
she adored video games. Yeah, she always had like a fucking mad collection of video games.
My favorite games for NES when I was growing up were Punch Out and the Castlevania series.
Castlevania is awesome.
I want to know though, like if you were Simon Belmont, would you really eat a fucking pork chop you found in the wall of a medieval castle? I don't know. I don't know if I'd eat a pork chop.
That's all I had to eat. Yeah.
Well, it's well preserved.
If that is my only option, and my stomach is growling. Fuck, that pork chop is my best friend.
Was it salted or preserved in any way?
It's gotta be. It's like a magic pork chop.
No, if it's a magic pork chop that stays fresh, then yes.
I mean, it restores all your health. It's gotta be magic. Or not all your health, but a good portion of it.
Make sure you don't eat too much, otherwise you get super wind the next day.
I actually must do a video on my PS2 collection because that is my favorite console of all time. I fucking adore the PS2.
Oh, PS2 was.
My favorite game for the one of my favorite games for the PS2 was the Punisher game. Like everyone was like, "Oh, Manhunt was so violent." Fuck, Manhunt was fucking a kid's game in comparison to the Punisher. I mean, you could hold a person's head into an open fire with a poker as Frank Castle. I love that. I love knocking guys out, putting them into these lead-line coffins, and dropping a grenade in the It's such a great fucking game.
Trash. We've got a comment from Anthro that I think you might enjoy. Hell yeah, the best pork chops are grown in walls. Don't you dare question my logic.
Fine. You know what? Andrew? I'm going to, right? I'm going to cook a pork chop. I'm going to encase it in quick dry in cement, and I'm going to post it to you, and you can fucking nibble away at it when it arrives. I want a video of you eating a cement plaster
but it's not.
chop.
But it's not a magic pork chop.
It's gotta be
Fine.
magic.
It's got to be
right.
magic.
You know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to find a leprechaun, right? I'm going to
Yes!
cook the pork chop. I'm going to find a leprechaun. Get the leprechaun to rub the pork chop between his arse, and then encase it in fucking.
All you got to do is go to a motorbike festival in Ireland. You'll find a short person in a leprechaun outfit very quickly, but it doesn't mean it will make it magical.
Hey, Deacon, why did the leprechaun wear 2 condoms?
Don't know.
To be sure. How?
But,
You know it'll spoil in the mail.
the only
No,
way that would
no.
work. The only way that would work is if you sent it next day delivery via Amazon.
True, yeah.
Maybe.
But would that even work overseas?
You got to pack it in dry ice.
See, what we need to do is dehydrate it so it needs water to restore it back to being a pork chop.
Deacon,
Yeah.
Deacon, what you call
You need
pixie jizz?
the food hydrator.
It's
Candy
like,
floss?
what did he just say? What?
Candy floss?
No, fairy liquid.
Really? I thought that's what you get when you decide to step on a fairy.
Okay. No, dude.
Wait,
You
what?
ruined my joke. do you guys have washing up liquid called fairy liquid over in America?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
That's the joke is only. Damn.
The joke is only funny to one person, and even I came up with a funnier one.
We have liquid.
Oh, poor Trash. He's having an evening.
I'm not having an evening. I just don't like the. Ugh.
Why did
Amber
you say
says,
fairy? That's mean.
You're a
Have
meanie.
you seen some of the fairies out there? I'm sorry, but if it's one of the tooth fairies from Hellboy 2, I'm stepping on those fuckers.
Oh, fuck those.
Have you seen actually some of the Israeli tooth fairies from the Israelite religion?
They look
My-
terrifying.
My housemate done a comic on what they look like. Hang on a minute. I'll fucking show you. Hang on a minute.
I don't know, but those shits from Hellboy 2 are like piranhas with fucking wings, and that was terrifying, man.
Yeah. If we're talking about Tinkerbell, then I'm sorry, she's annoying. If she gets underfoot, she gets underfoot.
Exactly.
Squash.
And the tooth fairies from Harry Potter. Well, I think they were the tooth fairies. They were pretty crazy too.
You mean the pixies?
Yeah, the pixies. My bad.
Yeah.
They look
Where is
like
The
Where
Welsh
is
pixies.
Where is my mind? Oh wait, wrong pixie.
Don't mess with the Fae. It's just not a good idea. What happens if you're kind of like half related to them?
Where is my mind? Where is
I don't
my
know.
mind?
I have no
Where
idea.
is... You stole it. You stole it, you fiend.
Well, if it helps any, I've got a brain in a jar on a shelf over there.
oh nice.
Plus, I've got a heart, so I can technically say I've got the heart of a warrior, the brain of a genius, and the hand of a surgeon. So I've only got one hand.
Somewhere there's a scarecrow and a tin man that are really upset.
They'd be very, very upset, especially since Tin Man doesn't know that I had to go in via Colosopy to get it. No wonder he walks
You
funny.
bastard.
I wonder if Tim Man walks like he's got a cob up his ass.
Actually, do you know something? You would actually be an awesome version of the Wizard and the Wizard of Oz because people, like, they'd get there and they'd be like, how the fuck do we negotiate with this fucking cunt? Like, what do we do? How do we
How do you
approach it?
negotiate? How do you negotiate with Crazy?
I don't care if you're my cousin. If you step on my brother, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, how about what if it's one that's actually committed a criminal offence and has been ostracised from not only the family but also the clan? Are they fair game? It's a lone pixie in a group of pixies called a pixel.
I don't know.
It depends. Only if it's blurry.
They're
Only if
pixie.
it's blurry. I'm out of focus.
Only if you can't zoom in and enhance.
A better question is, if you step on a pixie in a forest and it doesn't scream, does it count?
Yeah, it does. It does. If it's went to school, it can count. Sorry. I saw the ghost heading through and I just fucking grabbed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, and don't worry, Ambrose said, you really want to step on a fairy, don't you? My God!
Wait, did he just say suck on a fairy?
No,
it's a
step on a fairy.
Oh, okay. That misheard.
That might not be as bad
That'd be
as
like
you might think.
Look, Trenchy, there's this thing called... If you're feeling the need to look for
That's one way to get fairy magic liquid, but not the best way.
That gives a whole new meaning to the term magically delicious.
That's good.
Oh, if you do it to a leprechaun, does that mean you taste the rainbow?
If it's a leprechaun, he probably can't taste anything because the fucking cunt's drunk.
Is that where they get Ryan's cream from?
Probably.
So Irish cream is really just leprechaun sperm.
Oh yeah, it's Darby O'Gill's fucking jism, but that didn't really fucking sell to the Yanks, so they had to change it.
And they hide the secret by housing them all on something called leper farms.
This is de-evolved quickly.
You can just imagine it now. The reason you don't see leprechauns is because thousands of them have all been rolled up in some kind of barn somewhere and being milked daily.
Like cows.
Can you imagine trying to milk a leprechaun?
Does it have nipples?
No, but
usually
let's be honest. We're talking about Let's not be silly. Deacon. We're talking about Deacon, okay?
Because if it has nipples and there are female leprechauns, then yes.
We have more.
And Ambrose says, "Why is this a conversation?"
Why not?
This is a
fucking
conversation.
This is a free country. We can milk leprechauns if we want to.
Technically, if you have sex with a banshee, do you really want to make her scream?
Well, no. Okay. So here's the thing. Everyone always associates with the banshee causing death. She is an alarm system to someone who is about to die. She isn't the cause of said death.
I know, but if you're the only other person in the room, are you going to be the only stiff?
She's a harbinger.
There's also another term for banshees. They're called silage widows. When husbands go off once a summer to do the silage, and they go around, looking for cock, they'll smell dick through a letterbox, and they'll yearn for the dick so much they'll just start howling. The only way to put them off is to fry fish, really smelly fish in a pan, so they think there's a woman in the house with you. It's the only way to scare them off.
Well, Anthro says to the comment of making a banshee scream while having sex. That's called a false alarm then. So far we talked about leprechauns, fairies, and pixie sticks.
And banshee sex.
So yeah, you need to fry up smelly fish to make sure the banshee doesn't come around. She's like, there's a woman there with open legs. I'm going somewhere else. And it's just fucking gone. And is that oatmeal you're eating, Trenchy?
What?
Is that oatmeal?
No, it's mac salad. This conversation made me hungry. Don't ask.
Well, there's one thing about traditional Irish architecture that you do have to remember. If you're ever going to buy a house there, you're never going to be able to look west.
Why is that?
The slur are beings that get carried on the western wind. So if you have your windows or windows facing west, it means that the slur can climb through, take over your body and eject your soul, so it becomes one of the wandering spirits across the land.
Also, there's creatures called kelpies. Do you ever hear of a kelpie?
Oh yeah.
They usually appear in the form of a horse. They appear in the form of a horse. You climb on, then you can't climb off. They start to absorb you, and they run out back to the ocean.
And drown you.
Yeah. Yes, Ireland, land of culture and education, where we don't have fucking dark fucking traditions and beliefs like some fucking tribe of people. That's why we.
What I want to know is
what?
Why isn't all this a movie?
Because
Jesus Christ.
Genuine answer, Ethel. Ireland is so predisposed with being a modern country, with being the top of Europe. We want to be up there with Norway and Sweden and stuff, and we don't want people to fucking realize we believe in some really fucking shanky ass fucking black magic kind of shit.
But it's cool though. It's cool.
And also, unfortunately, over the last, say, maybe 1 or 2 millennia, the Christians have been routinely, and the English have been routinely trying to teach the Irish to forget their ways. We have slowly eradicated most of their old religion.
Well,
there's very few texts that still survive.
Not totally. Again, I think I was telling you before that a road had to be redirected not more than 15 years ago around the fucking bush because the fairies. But the thing is, it's just the government doesn't like talking about the fact that there's still a generation of people who believe this shit, because then we won't get up there with the likes of fucking Sweden. We won't get the fucking big windmills or the fucking energy-saving fucking power plants or whatever the fuck. Sorry, I'm on a tirade.
Why?
That's all right. I don't see why.
They got it. I mean, you guys can be all those things with those beliefs. I mean, look at America. We believe all sorts of crazy shit, and we're one of the biggest powerhouses in the entire world. We're one of the most advanced countries, and it's stuff is
still
crazy.
Believe in the Jersey Devil.
Exactly, and campy, and a million other things.
Bigfoot.
I just think it's like we're worried we'll be embarrassed on the European fucking podium or whatever the fuck. If we're like, oh yeah, we believe in small lads fucking taking your children and turning into them and pretending to be fucking what you aren't. And there's bushes that you can't cut down, or else the fucking fairies will come and fucking eat you alive. Or there's fucking horses that drag you to the ocean. If you're like, again, like, would you really want to be? It's like, okay, the equivalent of it is, right. You go to the prom. No, you don't go to the prom. You're going to your graduation, and your mother's going with you, and your mother starts talking about how you fucking pissed all over the kitchen when you were 3 years old, or how you used to love wiping shit onto the dog when you were 6. It's the equivalent of that. Your mother telling all your friends the embarrassing stories. It's the equivalent of that, essentially.
Whereas I think
it's too bad.
Yeah, I think it's a good mythology.
It is, but
Yeah,
again, I went to a seminar by a guy called Eddie Lenhan. He is one of the oldest Irish storytellers. A Shanachie, that's a term for an Irish storyteller. And he said, when he was asked what will happen, because he's recorded all this stuff. He's talked to people from all over Ireland, from all different generations who are long fucking dust and dead. And he has all these stories gathered. And he was asked, oh, will you be leaving this to the Irish Historical Society? And he said, no, I'm going to hand it all over to the British Historical Society. And people are like, why? He goes, because the British would at least have respect for that, whereas the Irish wouldn't. Our government wants nothing to do with that. It's an embarrassment. That, like, even the great stories about Cuchulainn, they don't want anything to know about fucking Cuchulainn or fucking the brown and white bull of Cooley or the Giant's Causeway. They don't want those stories because they're like, oh, we'll come across as a bunch of backward fucking idiots.
Yeah, or the Irish mistworm.
Yeah.
That's a shame. There's money there in that culture. Like, as far as I'm concerned, there's money there. Just throwing away.
I mean,
we actually have our own version of kind of Hercules called Cuchulainn. He was basically he was the illegitimate son of the High King of Ireland, and his blood mother hid him from his stepmother because she wanted to kill him. And as you pointed out, Deacon, he was sent as an apprentice to a druid, a kind of Irish wizard, and the druid was looking for a fish that if you ate it, you would gain all the knowledge on the planet. So they caught the fish and they were cooking it, and Cuchulainn was going to turn it on the spit, but he burnt his finger and one of the scales got stuck in his finger, so he licked his finger, and then all the knowledge in the universe went into him. And he basically grew up super strong. He knew how to build his body, and he ended up becoming the Hound of Cuchulainn because he went back to talk to his father, but his father thought he was dead, and at the time his enemies wanted to attack him. So there was a dog the size of a horse that guarded the castle, and Cuchulainn was going back to visit his father, who he'd never met, after playing a game of hurling, which is kind of like hockey. Imagine hockey except with a ball. So the dog is about to attack him anyway. He's no sword, he's no spear, but he fucking throws the fucking hurling ball or puck or whatever you guys allocated to, and he fucking punted it down the dog's throat and killed it. And the king was happy to have his son back, but he was distraught because his guard dog was killed. So he said, look, I'll be your guard dog. So that's how he became known as the Hound of Cuchulainn. He was the guard dog to the High King. And there's a bunch of other stories, like he fought off an army while he was dying, while crows were pecking at his guts. So he tied himself to a rock and killed 300 men while he was tied to a rock dying. It's kind of like he's our version of Hercules, and they don't like talking about it. Joni, hang on a minute. Give me 1 second.
It's sad. It's awesome.
We've set him off. We've set him off.
We need more like good fantasy movies, man.
Because the one bit about Irish mythology that I really like is their creation myth, even though it's a bit weird, and one of their little known poems, which is also a myth, called the Anlach Seal.
Ethel, do you like Masters of the Universe?
Yeah.
Okay, so here. Basically, a bunch of Irish artists came together and retold Cú Chulainn, but kind of designed him to look like He-Man. And it's pretty cool. Like he like what again? It just has the story like of him tied to a rock fighting enemies, and like this witch tries to fuck him to death, and he cuts her in half. Well, he's tied to the rock, and like then her bull kills him. It's like there all kinds of crazy shit. There's like sexy witches, and there's fucking dragons, and there's giants, and again, that's probably the biggest thing that's been done with that myth. Oh wait, there is
Like
something
they should
else
really make a movie out of that.
there is. There was one thing that came out, but it was actually in New Zealand that was made. Did you ever watch a series called Roar?
Rose?
No.
Roar.
Roar. No, I haven't seen Roar.
Yeah. It stars Heath Ledger as like a descendant of Cú Chulainn.
Oh.
And basically the Romans are trying to invade Ireland. In their universe, Ireland and England are still connected. But a lot of that mythology ends up in that. Do you remember that, Deacon? That show?
No, I don't remember it.
Okay, I'll try and find you a trailer. The bad guy was the main bad guy was the guy who was an undead Roman soldier who stabbed Jesus. Fucking
What?
It was a crazy fucking show. Longinus. The guy's name was Longinus.
What show is it?
You know,
I'm
all
gonna
these folklore stories, like, you know what they kind of remind me of? That old show, The Storyteller, on HBO. Do you guys remember that? Did you have that over there?
I
Yeah.
have actually. Hang on a minute, guys. Oh my god!
Mark's kind of like, oh my god, we've set trashed off.
I have it with Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. Comes in a big.
I wish there had been more episodes of that. They could have tapped some of that Irish folklore, because that would have been perfect.
One of the stories made it in. It's about the fucking idiot. He's an idiot, but he actually is, because he's an idiot, he's able to outsmart kind of these other fucking monsters and stuff. And I'll show you the trailer for Roar.
Oh,
The guy with
the boy called Fearless.
Yeah, he had no fear, and he had to learn fear. And that's how he outsmarted everybody.
That's it, his name was Fear Not.
Fear Not, yes. My favorite one out of that was the one about the Grumble Hog, personally.
Oh, yeah. This might surprise you, Ethel. I used to do, because I was a very big LARP head, live action roleplay. I played a storyteller, so I ended up memorizing practically every single story from that series, just so I could tell it around camps.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I ended up memorizing most of them. It's like, yay, I can tell the stories. Wait, they're going to be super long.
Didn't magicians tap into like Irish mythology? Because I know they've done like everything else.
Who?
the show The Magicians. They've done like Greek. I think they did a little bit of Roman. I think a little bit of Indian.
I don't think they've gone into Irish yet. If you want Irish mythology, then your best bet is to actually watch the Gargoyles animated series.
Yeah.
Series
Oh,
1 and 2. Series,
Or
yeah.
this fucking mad bastard show I put in the link there.
I'll look at it.
Basically, it was trying to coast in on the popularity of Xena at the time. Oh my gosh.
I've just seen how my head looks like bobbing around on the screen there. It's kind of like, the mask moves, it shifts. It's weird.
What's that? Is that mask from Fury Road or something?
I copied a part of it from Fury Road and a part of it from Star Wars. So it's a combination of the muzzle from Fury Road and the Stormtrooper painting effect.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it
can
didn't
see
take
it
me
now.
long to make. Yeah, it didn't take me long to make it, so it's not perfect.
It looks good, man.
It's foam?
No, it's made out of cardboard.
Oh, cardboard. Cardboard. I assumed it was
Yeah.
foam.
Oh, I ran out of
Is
foam, so I couldn't construct it out of foam. I got the base idea in foam, but didn't turn out well.
There's this dude
Yes.
on YouTube. He makes all these cool props out of foam. It's really, really interesting, like stuff for cons and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I do most of the time. I'm either designing stuff for people's cosplay or making the templates and doing the prototypes.
That's the one from Fury Road.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Ah.
yeah.
So you can see the similarity.
That was
It's just the front part and then the top part's from Stormtroopers.
Yeah, no, I was lucky. A friend of mine made this for me for Halloween.
That's dope.
Although he does realise now that if he wears it, he needs to have a straw like me.
Yeah. Oh, I feel my head grew since I wore it last.
What?
It's all this fame going to your head. But
What?
Maybe it means your mind is expanding. Is that a thing?
Technically, there's also such a thing as cranial compression, which is where there's too much fluid building up in between the brain and the outer skull, so it
Isn't that
actually
a
causes the skull
hematoma?
to expand. Sorry? Sorry,
Isn't
Ethel?
that a hematoma?
Yeah,
When you've got
Or a
fluid
brain
inside
tumor.
the skull?
yeah. And it helps it, and it causes it to expand if it's untreated. It can also be done by a brain tumor or simply by grey
Then to drill
matter
a hole to
overgrowth.
relieve the pressure?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I just got the funniest idea in my head. Hematoma and the masters of the universe. And I'm like, this is giant.
Hematoma! As he walks down the street, everybody starts fainting at the way he looks. Look at me, I am Hematoma Man! Fainting.
When I held aloft my magic fucking.
When I hold aloft a squidgy brain, you will all go.
By the power of gray matter.
Yes!
Nice.
And do you think his enemy isn't going to be Skeletor, it's going to be Empty Skull?
Mhm.
Skullfucker.
I want my brain back!
Why did you go Billy Connolly there, Deacon?
I want my brain back. Oh, give it back. Give it back. Give me my brain back.
Bastard, give me back me brain.
Give me back my fucking brain. I want it back now.
Yeah, fucking
Come on
bastard.
over a golf cart. I still find it funny that Billy Connolly did get arrested once because he tried running someone over with a golf cart.
What?
Wait,
The
what?
sorceress, it's surgeon.
If you go back about 20 years in his career, there was a time when he was on a golf course, had an argument with one of the people he was playing with, got into the golf cart and tried running them over.
If Jack Nicholson can get out of a fucking car and beat in the windshield of a car with his fucking golf club and not have any major ramifications, I'm pretty sure Billy Connolly can get away with it.
Especially since back then the max speed that they could get to was 5 miles per hour. Oh no, I've been bumped by something quite harshly.
I don't know. You get a golf cart going fast.
They can go fast
You
nowadays.
get about
and if you
10
take
miles
off-
an hour.
Yeah, and you can supercharge them nowadays. If you take off the restrictors, they can go up to about 25.
You pop the governor right
that
off.
is a bit, yeah, but it would definitely cause some issues later on because you'll be going through wheels, crank, brakes, and gearbox very quickly.
But you get to the back 9 in no time.
I swung all 18 holes in under 10 minutes.
It's in
Yes.
the hole. It's in the hole.
Get it in the hole. You can get it into the hole.
Trenchy, you'd be surprised to know that there's actually an Irish athlete I hate more than Conor McGregor.
Ooh, I gotta hear this.
So, right, back in, guy, Ethel, Mark, when did America host the Olympics? Last time America hosted the Olympics?
96.
Yes. So there was an athlete by the name of Michelle de Bruyne. She won, I think, 3 or 4 gold medals, and it turned out she was juiced up to the fucking eyeballs. She turned into a fucking, one of those wind-up toys you put into the bath. She turned into one of them. But yeah, no, she refused to give her medals back when she was asked for them back.
Well, fuck that. You give that shit back, man. It's like
No,
Yeah.
she. But the thing that sucks is she turned around and blamed fucking America. She said the water was spiked with performance-enhancing drugs, and that's why she failed the test.
Why would we do that?
I don't know, to try and wreck her chances of getting the gold medal.
Why would America risk dosing up every other competitor?
Like, I get it, we're assholes, but we're not that asshole-ish. Like, we're not
Yeah,
that.
She's a
you guys can be a bit out there, but you're not that out there.
Well, if we're not here, at least most of us aren't.
She's a complete fuckhead though. She took part in a thing called Treasure Island, where they sent out former athletes to just spend a fucking month on an island, and apparently everyone wanted to murder her by the end of it.
I'm not surprised. She's probably jonesing.
But no, basically she got in a fight with one of the girls. I think it was Sonia O'Sullivan. I think it was like an actual gold medal winner who was a track and field gold medal winner. She apparently Sonia O'Sullivan came back after that to do some kind of challenges or something, and De Bruyne had cow shit just spread all over her tent.
Ooh.
Did you Betty White?
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know that?
Although Conor McGregor's still a roaring fucking cunt, but I don't know. Michelle de Bruyne.
Did you hear about that other getting pinched for sexual assault?
Oh yeah, he did. He did it over here as
What?
well. Conor McGregor.
Yeah, got busted for allegedly. First, they got him twice. Once for indecent exposure, and for attempted sexual assault.
Yeah, on a young girl over here in a hotel. So he's a piece of shit. He's an absolute piece of shit. And I do not know why there's still fucking Irish people to think he's the fucking best in sliced bread. He is an absolute disgrace to this fucking country.
Because
Sorry.
there's idiots everywhere.
Yeah, but even the most, like fucking, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's people who don't even like sport that go, isn't he great for the country?
Well,
You know, I will give Connor his credit where it's due. In the octagon, he's one of the best I've ever seen. Away from the octagon, he's the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
But here's the sad thing, Mark, right? And I don't know if I'm complimenting or insulting a particular fucking demographic of Irish people. There is mother breeds, I mean fucking breeds of fuckers like that who are brought up in council estates and housed from the time they're the height of someone's knee, they're taught to fucking box without fucking gloves. They're taught to fight. Yeah, I went to school with some of these kids, and if they cried in front of their parents, I seen a fucking kid get kneed in the face by his father for crying. These kids are bred to be animals. He comes from a race of people who fucking breed themselves to be fucking animals. So he isn't anything. There are fuckers out there that they wouldn't. The only reason they wouldn't be put into the ring was they would kill someone. They would remove someone from fucking existence if you let them in. So he's not that tough in equate to Irish. He is for what kind of breed of a person he is, civilized, and that's not fucking saying much. Sorry.
I was supposed to say, outside the ring, he's not very fucking civilized.
Oh no, he's not. He's not. As he punched an elderly man.
Yeah, he got into a fight with a 70-year-old man and lost.
Oh, that guy who slugged the old man in the pub.
That's Conor McGregor. He basically. So did I tell you? Do you know this story? So
I think Ethel was as lost as I was until the mention of that.
Yeah, Conor McGregor released his own brand, and he was in a pub in Dublin, and this old lad was minding his own business, watching the fucking races, watching the horse racing or whatever. And like Conor's like, hey, everyone's having a drink of my whiskey, and the old lad's like, no. And Conor's like, you'll have a drink of my whiskey. He's like, no, I don't drink whiskey. He boxed a 60, I think the guy was 65-year-old man in the side of the fucking. Like
he basically sucker punched.
And he just stood there looking at Connor like, what is that the best you got, little pussy?
Yeah. Basically he sucker punched a 65-year-old, and the 65-year-old turned around and said, and?
Yeah, but still, those Dublin fuckers are hard skins, all right, but still, to do that to a 65-year-old guy because he won't drink your piss tasting whiskey.
It's a bit of a fucktard thing to do.
I wouldn't do that. Conor McGregor whiskey. I wouldn't do it just because he's garbage.
No, like again, I'm not trying to, because there is a whole fucking there is a demographic of people in this country. Other countries in Europe have them. Some of them consider them the Gypsy Roma, or the kind of like the basically gypsies. We call them travelers, although they're not nomadic anymore. but they just have this really rough kind of
For you
bad life.
guys, it would be caravan parks and stuff like that.
Yeah, trailer trash. Imagine trailer trash on fucking on steroids.
That ain't hard to do out here.
Yeah.
Oxycontin, or as some people call it, heroin.
Oxycodone.
There's people like that here.
But yeah, no, I feel sorry for them in some respects, because the reason they came about was, one of the main theories on how they came about was, during the Irish famine in the 1840s, people had to travel around a lot and become nomadic in order to survive. And then when things got better, say 90% of the population resettled and became kind of what's the opposite of nomadic? Just fucking stationary.
They became static. They became static.
Yeah, a static society. But there was still a 10% that still went around and didn't integrate back into society. So the way they survived was begging and stealing, and that is an offshoot of what is still here today. Like, again, not the nicest members of Irish society. They've been heavily involved in drugs, robbery. Like, people in their 60s out the country are afraid we actually had one of our gun laws changed because of them, because a 65-year-old guy, not 60, a 70-year-old guy, Patrick Nally, I'm thinking of someone else, a guy called Patrick Nally shot a traveller in self-defence, and he was going to do a long time in prison, but because he was able to prove he was in fear of his life, they changed the rules somewhat. You I think he called it stand your ground. Have you stand your
in some states.
Yeah, the thing was, he was able to prove it was a stand your ground law, but he got off. But the travellers turned around and said that law is now introduced is a threat to their minority, which, like,
well, they could turn around and say, "Oh, a traveller's trespassed onto my land." Bang! A traveller is littering on my land. Bang!
You have to prove that you're afraid for your life, though, by the sounds of it. And it's like, I'm of the opinion of, well, don't go around accosting people and you won't get shot. Like, at least that's how it is here.
Like,
whereas if I lived in a place that had guns or allowed guns, I'd have a sign saying, "Trespassers will be shot, survivors will be shot again," just to keep people away, just to make sure.
I mean, but here's the weird thing. Like, here, if you shoot somebody, you got to make sure that you kill them, because if you don't kill them dead, even if they were trying to murder you or rape you, they can turn right around and sue you and take you for everything you have. It's messed up. Cool. That's how it is.
They can sue you for injuries and disability, etc.
Oh yeah. There's I know a guy, and he had a fella trying to rob his house, and he fell through the skylight in the house and fell down onto the guy's kitchen table, messed his back all up. He sued this guy for a friggin' fortune because he fell through the guy's skylight onto his table while he was trying to rob his house.
Like, that's fucked up. Like, how did nobody realize there was a problem with that?
I think common sense is a fucking endangered species at this stage.
Well, this is why I'm a big petitioner for, if you're going to have a place that has guns, if you're going to allow the public to have guns, fine, but then give them rubber ammunition. Give them ammunition that's going to fucking hurt, but not kill.
Well, the problem is, if somebody's all drugged up and you shoot at them with some rubber bullets, it might not stop them. And here's the thing about rubber bullets.
They're on PCP or something. They can just fucking shake it off.
Rubber bullets could actually kill you or hurt you if you fire them point blank or if you fire them at the person. they're designed to be fired at the ground in front of the person
And
because they're
ricochet. Yeah, they ricochet.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, use a beanbag gun. Big launcher.
Get a
my-
shotgun full of rock salt. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
My dad, he has a gun. He doesn't use it. He mainly uses it for pests. He's kind of on the farm outside because he doesn't live there. My dad has 15 dogs. He has
That'll keep
8
people away.
sheepdogs. He has 8 sheepdogs, a couple of Jack Russells, and a Irish Wolfhound.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For you speaking about traps and vermin, did you know that the first actual mousetrap design was designed so it would shoot a gun at the mouse?
Fuck off. What, you mean like
An
like
actual... Yeah, no, a proper revolver.
That
Someone
doesn't
set it
sound
up.
very safe.
Oh, it wasn't very safe. The person who invented it lost 6 of his toes, shot himself in the kneecap once, and he even said you could use this as a security system, so if someone opens your door at night, it automatically shoots them.
That's horrible. That's not a good idea.
Hello, Timmy. I'm coming for a surprise. No, mother, don't open the door.
Then a year after he managed to get the pattern and shoot himself in the hand, guess what came out? The mousetrap.
Oh no.
A better mousetrap.
A much better mousetrap. You're unlikely to lose a limb. Because one of his first prototypes was to use a shotgun before he decided on the revolver.
Oh, good lord.
That's a little overkill.
Hey,
Yeah.
Deacon, what you call a pit for catching people from Liverpool?
A toilet.
No, a scouse trap. Sorry. Is Liverpool that bad?
It's not that bad, but it's just the name of it, Liverpool. It's like, it reminds me of the excrement from a liver pooling in some kind of degree.
Also,
Well, here it's iron.
my friend Shan put me up. There's a place in England called Scunthorpe.
Yep. There's even a place called Hairy Bottom. There's a place near my mum's. One's called Odd Down, one's called Odd Up, one's called Ood Lane, and the other one is Tummy Up.
What about Cockfosters?
Oh, don't know Cockfosters, but there is a lane called Cock Gobbler.
Welcome back.
Cock Gobbler.
Hello! He has returned!
Jethro!
Hey.
Okay, so any idea what the fuck is going on with StreamYards?
I don't know. Probably too many people streaming just then. Also, I was trying to edit a video and stream at the time, which probably kind of overloaded my computer. So that has something to do with it.
It was fucking with it, you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, StreamYard has been having problems lately, not just with like earlier, like on YouTube, you couldn't watch people through StreamYards on like tablets and stuff because it was glitching very horribly. So it's like StreamYard has been having for a bit now.
Well, I suppose we've got to keep one thing in mind, which is Streamlabs is owned by Google, which prefer you use it through Chrome, and they're not best known for putting money into things. They buy it, but they won't maintain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens, but we might have to find another platform to stream from in order for the tool.
Yeah.
I miss Google Hangouts, man. It still exists, but I wish you could stream through it. It was so much easier. You could have more people. It was better. There was no guidelines on it. Like, it was free. You could stream as much as you want, you know.
Yeah, the only reason they got rid of it is because Yeah, the only reason they got rid of it is because it came part and parcel with the Google social accounts, which no one used. So they thought, let's close the social accounts. Unfortunately, it closes Hangouts as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
cool. Oh, sorry, Trenchy.
oh no, man! I was just gonna say I heard they were trying to shut it down, but I guess it's still going. I have it still.
But it's trying to stream with it on YouTube, which is a pain in the butt.
I don't know if anyone has any interest, but Joaquin Phoenix and Rooney Mara just had their first child. It's a baby boy, and Joaquin named him after his brother River.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, especially since River did die too young.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. Oh, God.
Yes, you called?
I gotta use the jacks. Oh
no!
Yeah.
That Pepsi and Domino's is playing fucking trench warfare in me guts.
He has to go like one of his consoles. He needs to go, wee!
Somehow, I don't think Wii is where he's going.
Oh shit!
What's up, Trenchy?
Huh?
What's up, Trenchy?
No,
White bullshit.
Oh my god!
We're just eavesdropping on Trenchy now, kind of like, what is he doing? Is he playing with his cat?
His cats
What?
Trying to hear what he's doing. What's going on in there?
Can we see behind the curtain? But how is Claudia doing?
Pay no attention to.
I'm doing fine. Just uploaded the next chapter of Carmilla, so I'm currently sharing it on all the social medias.
Something to watch tomorrow. Something to watch tomorrow. Something to watch tomorrow. Yay! Yay! Yay!
How close are you to completion of the book?
I've got, I think, 3 chapters left.
That's not bad. Definitely not bad.
Yeah.
You're doing better than I am. I'm trying to just convert something that's about 12 paragraphs long. And it's just doing my head in.
I just decided every other week I'm going to read 1 chapter of Carmilla, and that's what I've been doing.
Well, looking forward to the next chapter.
All right, cool. I like the ending of Carmilla, to be honest. It's
I feel a stone lighter.
But that's just because I want the vampire to win.
Well, Trash, you do realise passing kidney stones is bad for you.
It's great. I have 2. Take them both.
Puppy! Puppy!
So, Mark, is the dog one of the monsters?
No.
No, the dog's the innocent one. Mark's the monster.
This is the only thing that I don't consider a monster. You guys met one of my monsters.
Oh yeah.
My niece.
How is your niece doing?
Spending the night at her friend's house, thankfully.
Nice.
A day of peace for you.
Yes.
No babysitting duty.
Did you babysit, or does your sister live with you? Or
no, I babysit her.
Oh.
See, it's kind of strange when there's a generation gap, because my youngest niece and nephew, if you turn around to them and say babysitting, they would literally turn around and say that I feel sorry for the baby. They're used to the term child minding.
Wait, they're used to what?
Child minding. The term child minding instead of babysitting.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
What, child minding?
Yes. What?
It's where you watch over a child. You mind a child. Child minding.
Yeah, they're not.
I
They're
never
not
heard of that thing.
Yeah, it's not as misleading as babysitting, where you think you have to sit on the baby.
Yeah, which is what my niece and nephew first thought when someone said, "Oh, we're going to be babysitting you." It's like, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about the first episode of the Beetlejuice cartoon is Beetlejuice hears about Lydia babysitting, and he's like, "Oh, all I have to do is sit on babies. This is the best job ever."
Oh, yeah.
That awful Cat in the Hat movie made a good joke about it too, where he's like, "This you pay this woman to sit on babies? That's disgusting. I do it for free." That's like one of the best. That's one of the only good things that come out of that movie is like that joke.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I haven't seen that movie, and I don't want to, but that's funny.
Good. Don't watch it. It's just not worth it. It really isn't.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Jim Carrey Grinch either. Part of me thinks that one might be okay, but the Cat in the Hat, nah.
Jim Carrey Grinch ain't bad. It's not good, but it's not horrible.
If I have to say which one's worse, then Cat in the Hat. If you need to watch one bad Dr. Seuss movie, then watch The Grinch.
Yeah, that's what
The Grinch isn't perfect, and it's never going to live up to like the cartoon with like
with Karloff.
I didn't like the Cat in the Hat.
But there's something nice.
Perfect. I didn't like it. Jim Carrey was great. The Grinch.
Yeah, no, he really becomes the character in The Grinch.
Yeah, he's a method actor. He tries to really get into the body of who he's playing. Which can be a bit strange, because have you seen some of the behind-the-scenes photos for The Grinch?
No.
Jim Carrey's trailer is trashed.
Oh my god.
He wasn't throwing anything out. Nothing. So it was just piling up around him. He was The Grinch.
He's notoriously difficult to deal with. On Man in the
Moon, where he
Moon,
played Andy Kaufman. They released a documentary about him.
Oh yeah.
And apparently he fucking creeped people out. He even who was the wrestler who fucking beat Andy Kaufman in real life?
Jerry Roller.
Yeah,
Jerry the King Roller. Yeah.
Went to his house and started the beef again as Andy fucking Kaufman.
You know, the funny thing about that is there's a scene in the movie where Andy Kaufman takes the DDT, or takes a pile driver in the movie, and they wanted a stunt guy to do it, which they ended up having a stunt guy do it. But Jim Carrey wanted Jerry Lawler to actually do it. Like, they were supposed to go up until the point, and then the stunt guy was supposed to come in, and he's like, "No, just do it. I can take it. No, just do it." And Jerry Lawler's like, "Well, I'm not going to do that. You know, I'll break your neck. You know, you're not a trained wrestler." And he wanted to do it. And, you know, he had to lie to Jim Carrey and then go tell the director, "Hey, Jim wants to actually do it, and I'm not going to do it." And, of course, the director panicked, stepped right in, and, you know, he put the kibosh on the whole thing. Apparently, Jim Carrey was so mad about it. And I mean, it took him a couple days to get over it.
Yeah, and they had to come to a compromise.
It's just,
and in the movie, they had to come to a compromise because the time there Jerry actually punches Jim Carrey, that is a full-blown punch. Jim Carrey said, "Fine, you're not going to power drive me? Then punch me."
Jerry Lawler actually did an interview later on, years later, where they asked him about it, and he's like, it was one of the weirdest things because Jim Carrey was nothing like Andy Kaufman actually was. Jerry Lawler worked very closely with Andy Kaufman and knew him real well. And he wasn't as nearly obnoxious as Jim Carrey portrayed him to be on set.
Yeah.
Ethel, do you think it was because Jim Carrey was like
my one right
well into his serious movie phase, and he was a artiste, a quote unquote artiste, that
Yeah.
kind of turned into kind of
This
that.
was around the time where he started doing all these other serious things.
Yeah,
Like,
13 and shit. Was it 13? Which was the one where the guy he kept
Yeah.
on seeing 13 everywhere?
yeah, it was
Number
13.
23.
No, 23. He did 23, and then he did Spotless Mind and Truman Show.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like the sad thing is, and I'm not trying to pigeonhole the guy. Ethel, when I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog, I thought he was fucking brilliant. I loved him as Robotnik. Yeah.
I want to
You know,
see
I
that
haven't
still.
watched that yet.
Yeah,
I haven't
I-
watched that
it
yet,
is
but it is on
fun.
Amazon Prime, so I might have to watch it.
Oh, it is.
It's probably
Yeah.
the best video game adaptation I've seen in a long fucking time. Probably
Yeah,
the best
that's
video
agree.
game movie I've seen is that and Silent Hill. They actually got they got the composer for the video games to do the soundtrack to the movie.
Yeah, but-
and sorry,
I'm
Ethel?
just
I was just gonna say, honestly though, are these really better than Super Mario Brothers the movie?
Oh no, don't, no, don't.
Have you watched the documentary
There-
behind the scenes of that?
There is only one thing I like from that movie, and that is how they depict the bomb.
Well, because it was sort of accurate, except really small.
Yeah.
What?
For shits and giggles, when I made a character for a game once, I actually had him so all he had was wind-up toys, and some of them would explode, some of them would release gas, some of them would turn into thermite explosives. It was quite fun.
Huh. But
Nice.
no, I just saw the making of that, but or the behind the scenes. It's a lot different than what they were supposed to have done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a couple. It was the directors were a man and woman couple. I'm after forgetting their name. A British couple. Bob Hoskins nicknamed them the cunt and the cow, and because they were really horrible to everyone on set.
Pardon
One
me.
guy, he was in costume, and the director said the guy's costume is too clean, and got hot coffee and poured it down his back on top of his costume
Oh,
and scalded the fucking dude. And
Yeah. That's not going to build relations. That will not build healthy relations.
but
Like-
apparently himself and John Leguizamo were fucking piss drunk every day of that shoot. They were just
Oh,
like,
That I believe.
Bob would
yeah.
actually say that was the reason he regretted taking the most in his entire career.
Yeah, I remember an excerpt from that now. I can't remember. I remember some of it, but he was
Dennis
hiding
Hopper.
bottles.
Dennis
Yeah, he was
Hopper
hiding.
also. Sorry,
He was hiding bottles of vodka and stuff like that around the set.
yeah.
So every once in a while,
Dennis Hopper was on, I think it was Letterman, and he was telling a story about it. His son asked him, Dad, why did you do Super Mario Brothers? And Dennis Hopper turns to him and goes, Son, you like sneakers. I done Super Mario so you could get fucking sneakers. So shut the fuck up. Ask me that again.
I did it for the paycheck.
But
Get
same with Michael Caine and Jaws
Bet you
4.
didn't do it for the nookie.
yeah.
It's like, what would have made that movie better if Bowser just went out of nowhere and went, I am the Lord of the Harvest? That would have been epic.
I'm the Lord.
Lord of the harvest.
I'll play devil's advocate a little bit on this. That movie, if you take out all the Super Mario Brothers expectations and you go into it as if it's not a Super Mario Brothers movie, it's got nothing to do with Super Mario Brothers, it's this totally different dystopic kind of alternate reality movie, it almost works. It's still a bad movie, but it's not as bad if you go into it pretending like it's got nothing to do with Super Mario Brothers. But it is still a bad movie.
Like
Yeah.
the thing was they got some of the kind of they got some of the concept designers and set designers of Blade Runner to work on it. It's a nice looking fucking movie as well. Like,
Oh, this looks great.
Mm-hmm.
They
It's
could have
just when
named
you
it
look at the
Fungi
plot,
Fantasy.
man. It's like Mario's Luigi's dad in that movie.
yeah, he's
But
adopted.
he's not really father and son. He's adopted.
Do any of you watch that?
They're
Good Bad
brothers.
Do
I'm
any of you
Mario. This is Luigi Mario.
do any of you watch Good Bad Flicks?
Yeah.
There's one bit where he's
No,
going,
I've heard of them.
people are pissed that Mario is fucking Luigi's dad, but no one is paying attention. There's a stripper grinding her high heel into a cop that's questioning them at the very same time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you go back and look at that scene. There's a stripper grinding her high heel into the shoulder of the cop that's fucking interrogating them at that very moment.
I gotta rewatch this movie.
Go back,
Gotta
rewatch
rewatch
that
this movie now.
I've just realised there's one person watching on YouTube, and it's me.
Oh,
Is Super Mario really not that popular? I mean, is it that bad a movie that it's scared everybody off?
that's what this has done to this stream. Look what
Yeah,
let's talk about the Mario cartoon instead, because I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
that's better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not the only one watching.
We have an
You can-
Arthur. We have an Arthur. Yay! Hello, Arthur. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
Was Captain Lou Albano the fucking live action version of Mario at the start of that?
Yeah,
Or was
Yeah.
that-
he was the voice of Mario for Super Show. They got a different actor for Mario 3 and Mario World, but he was the voice of Mario for Super Show.
And didn't he wasn't he on good terms with Cyndi Lauper? And she turned
Yes,
up in the fucking
they were
show.
best friends.
That was
And
manager.
didn't she fucking win some WWF match as well by some fucking default? Like some Drew
Yeah,
Carey
they
level
were,
shit. There was just some
they were
fucking
some great friends.
Yeah, well, Cyndi Lauper shows up in one of the live action segments on the show too.
Yeah.
And
She
then
was
Captain
sometimes-
Albano appears as himself when Mario's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out of the room and do something for a little while," because yeah, they're never in this room at the same time.
And a fun fact, if you've seen it, you already know, but Lou Albano was also in that Goonies music video Cyndi Lauper did for Good Enough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Roddy Piper, Lou
Hey,
Albino, Andre Giant, Iron
Ethel,
Sheik.
did
I
you
love
watch
that
that
movie.
documentary I linked you to? The Heroes of Wrestling. The Kim Justice documentary. Heroes of Wrestling.
I haven't got a chance to check that out.
It's fucking awesome. And she done another one about when in 1995 they had kind of a wrestling tournament in North Korea, and fucking and I think it was I'm not sure. It was either Sid Vicious or it was some other lad that nearly got taken away by the Korean police because he said it was a shithole. But no, it's check it out. It's a pretty cool documentary.
Totally. Kim Justice.
Yeah. She usually does video games, but she also has a wrestling channel. However, she had to move all of her wrestling videos, bar those two, onto her Patreon because WWE kept on claiming all her fucking videos.
Was she using clips or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're real big on that. They're very litigious.
Oh yeah, I know. Don't I know, Trenchy? Don't I know, Dean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
My
went
bad,
out
man.
because you
The
had that clip,
WWE.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't
At
even
the
get a
end of
chance
the
to-
video. At the
Yeah,
end of
I
the
didn't
video
even
with
get a
no
chance to
sound.
fucking edit it. Guys, I didn't even get a chance to edit the fucking tit out.
Yeah, they
I'm
just
sorry, man. I didn't realize they were that strict, or I wouldn't have, we would have told you no.
No,
oh they've only recently gotten a lot stricter because for some strange reason, the owner of the WWE thinks that not only does he own the wrestlers' names, as in their stage names, but he also owns their real names, their birth names, their stage names, all of their footage, and all of their image.
like,
Oh,
all I
fuck
wanted
that.
to do was show fucking Sting getting rescued by RoboCop out of a cage. That's all
And
I
Chucky,
wanted. That wasn't too much to ask for.
yeah,
It's
Chucky
just
and RoboCop in
annoying.
WWE, and he got slammed.
Simple joys of Sting getting rescued by RoboCop.
Yeah.
The simple things in life, watching a cyborg help out a hulked out person.
Yeah. It's like them and Disney, man. They go hard. You gotta be careful when dealing with them.
Evidently,
them,
well, from what I've heard.
them Disney and Toho Studio.
Nintendo, they fucking take videos down if you use their music.
I haven't had that problem yet.
And Toho Studio like to flag everything.
But all the games I've ever done for Nintendo have been on the NES. So, I mean, maybe they just don't care because it's like 1985 and, that's forever ago.
It's the newer games and stuff like that. If you do anything like that, they will get you. They will come for you. They will infect your channel and go,
Mark, you okay?
Huh?
Sorry, it's just, it looked like you were trying to, there's a bit in Crocodile Dundee where Crocodile Dundee's trying to put this, fucking water buffalo to sleep. And I thought you were trying to do that with the dog.
What?
Yeah.
I'll get your tongue out of my face.
Can't believe it's nearly 2:30.
Oh.
Yeah, 9:25 here.
It's 6:30 here.
2:30 in the morning for us. Time zones. This is the only time I wish that there was a flat Earth, because time zones would be a bit less spread out and more compact.
Right.
Yeah, but then we'd have to worry about ships going off the edge and sea monsters.
Oh, didn't you hear?
Yep.
Didn't you hear about the flat? Didn't you hear about the flat Earth theory? They've explained it. They've explained it. They've explained that surrounding the entire Earth is something that's similar to something you would find in Pac-Man. As soon as you go off one side, you mysteriously come through on the other.
What?
In a pain.
How do you know?
So they say as soon as
found in Pac-Man?
Yeah.
It's like you know there's a problem with your science when you're using Pac-Man as a reference to explain your theory.
Yeah.
But they're explaining it as spatial folding. It's the only way. But their theories. God, why did I watch the Flat Earth documentary?
Yeah, why not you?
I thought that was a horse head on your screen for a second. I don't own a horse.
It's too bad they didn't base their theory off of Kubert. You could jump on that frisbee at the edge of the earth and fly to the top.
Yeah. Or if they didn't have it as saddle shapes, at least that way I could ride it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine they based it off Frogger.
Oh God! Imagine if it was Tapper.
You get too close to the edge, the car runs you over.
Yeah, if it was Tapper, you could only go in one direction. Because the beer just comes.
And what would Earth be like if it was based on Pong?
Ooh, that would be interesting. Okay, we need to get to the other side of the Earth very, very quickly. Okay, aim for the edge. But some of their theories. I mean, their idea of a undiscovered tropical country that is somehow being hidden in the North Pole.
Like the land that time forgot?
Yeah, if there
Yeah.
was fucking dinosaurs on it, I'd be down for it. But
Yeah, they kind of believe that that is happening, that there is this undiscovered part of the world, and what we call the North and South Pole are just separate sides of this unknown land covered in ice.
is there dinosaurs on it?
Well, then they're not run by Christians. They might be. They're run by Christians,
Okay.
then no.
Well, they're Christians, isn't it? Dragons?
Oh, with Christians, they sit there
I
go.
told you about my ex, right?
Say what?
Yeah.
Did I tell you about my ex-girlfriend?
No.
Okay. To sum up, his ex-girlfriend was of the belief that dinosaur fossils were put on the earth to test human faith.
Yeah, the
Test-
devil put them there.
Yeah, if
How
you
did-
believe in if you believe in dinosaurs, you don't believe in God. If you don't believe in
Basically,
dinosaurs,
she
you believe in
goes,
God.
Oh, you're so fun, Martin. You believe in all these kind of fictional fairy tale things like dragons and dinosaurs. I'm like, you being dinosaurs, dinosaurs are real. She's like, ha ha, you. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? She goes, they didn't exist. They were just made up to make people think the world was older than 10,000 years. But it
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's one of my favorite things about Good Omens, which basically says that the dinosaurs were God's joke to confuse the scientists.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch Good Omens. I started reading the book in middle school and I liked it. I didn't finish it, but I gotta see the show.
It's really good. The show basically follows the book beat for beat with a few other little idiosyncrasies included and an extended ending, which I really liked.
Yeah. Basically, Neil Gaiman got to put in some of the corrections he wished he put into the actual novel when it came to tying up loose ends, and it works. It really does work as a series.
Right. The thing I wish they had included was the other Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I missed them.
Chaos. Whereas I like the Terry Pratchett minor four horsemen of the minor annoyance, such as misinformation.
Deacon,
I missed them in the show. I wish they were there.
Yeah.
Deacon, do you remember the four horsemen in the Young Ones?
Yes.
That was brilliant. Well, what's new? Microchip technology. Oh, okay. And he's like, oh, fucking ham. And one of them kills the guy with a ham sandwich. I just think that was fucking
Oh, but yeah, I would really like them to do a Terry Pratchett series the same quality as they did for Good Omens.
Right. They did some TV movies like Hogfather, which was
I like the Hogfather. Oh, it was all right.
The Hogfather I liked, but they literally ripped out 2/3 of the book.
True.
And
Still,
it's the same with, and when it came to the Colour of Magic and the Light Fantastic, once again they ripped out nearly 2/3 of the book and put in things that, were nice and flashy, but didn't follow the story the way it was laid out.
Yeah. Well, you've got to make changes if it's a film, but I don't know if they were the right changes.
Yeah, that's why I think a nice high-budget TV series for each book would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, can you imagine how much they could squeeze out if they just followed the Night Watch?
Yeah.
Or the Monstrous Brigade. I would love
Monstrous Regiment. Monstrous Regiment.
Sorry. It's been ages since I read it, but it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that one's a good one. And it's also Terry Pratchett's minor love letter to another author who wrote a series of books called The Black Company.
Oh. No, I It was really sad. Did you watch the documentary where when he went to not UNICEF? Oh fuck! I'm after forgetting. There's a crowd in Switzerland that does euthanasia.
Oh, the euthanasia clinic.
Yeah, but there's a name for. They had a particular name. You know who I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was thinking of doing that because of developing Alzheimer's, and the thing was he had to he would have had to decide it sooner than later because they do a cognitive check on you before you can do it, and if his brain had degraded to a certain level, he wouldn't have been allowed to do it. Dignitas. Sorry, Dignitas. That's the fucking name of the
Arthur Brimmer in the chat, after seeing the pup, has turned around and said, I thought that was a horse head on your screen for a second, Mark.
What? What? Fucking Godfather 2 kind of shit.
I'll give you an apple you can't refuse.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Yes, got it.
You right there, Trash?
Yeah, I'm playing a game called Ion Fury. It was originally supposed to be called Ion Maiden, but the band sued, so they had to change it to Ion Fury. It's basically a throwback to Duke Nukem.
Ooh, I like Duke Nukem.
You play this chick called Shelley Bombshell Williams, who decides to go after a group of cyborg terrorists, not to save the world, but because they blew up her favorite bar during happy hour. It's fucking brilliant.
That's cute.
That's like a good enough reason.
Yeah, but
My bar, will ya?
I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to see it there. You picking up my TV?
You're not quite there yet. You're not quite there yet. Further. Move it further. There we go.
And it comes up nicely. It's not too much of a glare. We can actually kind of see.
Yeah, you can see it decently.
That's the nice thing about modern TVs is you don't get that flipping effect.
Yeah, it's not as much glare as was on the paper, is it, Anthony?
No.
Mm-hmm.
But that contest went quite well, I think.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It was.
I liked the confusion at the end.
Oh yeah. That was fun. I think I added one too many places in the contest. I thought there was one more person than there actually was, so I was like, why is there only one more person in here? And then
Why does the math not work?
All three of some people's entries, so it was chaos.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was. I liked your frustration, Trenchy, at not knowing whether or not you had gotten the answers to my questions right.
Dude, I felt like Sherlock, you know, the season 1 episode where they kill the guy before he can take the poison. He's like, was I right? Was I right? Like, I felt like that.
Yeah.
I knew a stat wasn't Martin's favorite vampire, even though we all call him Lestat.
Right. That's just an appearance thing, apparently.
Yeah,
Flattering.
Like,
and I've been following along, knowing that he had been reading Carmela, so I knew Carmela was his favorite vampire.
Yeah. I'm glad you picked up on that. I'm very passionate about that particular story, which is why I wanted to read the whole thing.
And then anybody who knows him knows Anna and the Apocalypse is his favorite zombie movie.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Yeah, that's
Agree.
kind of
Enemy of the Apocalypse is phenomenal.
Whereas I don't play to win, I play to make jokes.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, Anna and the Apocalypse, one of my favorites. It's gonna be regular Christmas watching for me from now on. I've only seen it. I only saw it for the first time this past December, but I've seen it 3 or 4 times since. It's so good.
Mhm.
Now, that I wasn't sure about was what Lord of the Rings, because I always hear you talk about Burton films. So I was like, all the films he talks about, he always says Beetlejuice is the one is his favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The news,
And
Beetlejuice,
Yeah, and if it was just a movie that isn't technically horror, that would be my favorite of all time, period. But it is very horror adjacent, and the official question was a movie that has nothing to do with horror. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's why. It's also why my.
What?
Beetlejuice was originally intended to be a strict horror film and not a comedy at all.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the plan, and they just eventually, they were writing, said, "Hey, this works great as a comedy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing is, if I recall correctly, Burton originally wanted Sammy Davis Jr. to play Beetlejuice in the movie, which would have been awesome. But I still love Michael Keaton.
Oh, Michael Keaton was totally the right choice, but still, that would have been something to see, huh?
Yeah. And apparently, Burton has a thing for Sammy Davis Jr. for whatever reason, because Johnny Depp has said that Burton is the greatest Sammy Davis Jr. impersonator he has ever seen.
You wouldn't think of it.
But the thing is Michael Keaton surprised me in that film because he's so subtle in Batman, and then he goes and does Beetlejuice, and it's like, wow.
Right. Well, it's the other way around, because he did Beetlejuice first, and when he got cast as Batman, they were like, "Oh God, this is going to be some Adam West BS, something really campy that jumps the shark," and it's so subtle and so dark. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit comic booky, but of course, it's Batman. So
it should be
the most subtle thing in the world, but it's not over the top, and it's very dark.
Mm-hmm. It's got this nice, just beyond real gothic feel to it.
Yes, which they extend a little bit more in Batman Returns, which I actually really like.
Yeah, I like that. The Penguin is one of my favorite characters when it comes to the movie so far. Apart from the Joker.
Catwoman is probably my favorite. I really like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. I love that story arc, but
no, I will not disagree with you on that one. Penguin, Catwoman.
Yep, and the way they all interplay along with Max Schreck, Christopher Walken's character. And I love that he's named after the actor that played Nosferatu as well. I think that's hilarious.
The taser kiss is one of my favorite scenes of all time. It'd be my top 10.
Yeah, the taser kiss is great.
Yeah, I know, right? I love this game. There's so much shit put in there.
He's just shared a photo, and it's just a picture of Willy Wonka's sugar tits.
It's not. No, it's not Willy Wonka.
It's in the Friendly Fiends chat, Anthro.
But it's not Willy Wonka either, dude.
Willy Wankers.
Why?
Willy Wankers sugar tits.
Oh my god.
The hardest question for me to get that because I've never asked was your favorite music group. That was that was the hardest question out of all the ones that were in your questionnaire.
Right.
The only reason I got that is because he brings them up a lot. So I'm like, it's either this or it's either that.
yeah, I will sing the praises of Nightwish whenever I get the chance because I'm addicted to them. They're still the best concert I've ever been to. Life-changing moments.
Just the vampire tricked me because I thought, okay, it's either Dracula or Armand. That's what I thought at first. Because you read Carmilla, but you never really talked about her that I heard.
Right. I talk about her some, but
No, I've heard him go on for a while about Carmilla.
yeah. What videos have I talked extensively about Carmilla? And I'm trying to remember.
You done a couple of them. You
Yeah,
definitely done more
oh.
than one.
The questions I have for you, Antro, is have you watched Imaginarium yet?
The Nightwish movie?
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Oh shit!
Yes, Nightwish made a movie. And I've just discovered Nightwish, the band, may have taken their name from a movie that came out in 1989.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. Nightwish, 1989.
That was very familiar.
A
Not to be
Professor,
confused
1989.
A lot of bands do that though. Like
Yeah.
if you look at Duran Duran, they're named after a bad guy from Barbarella.
Ah,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I can kind of see them getting inspiration from that.
And of course he has it.
Oh, he's got it!
Yep.
Have you watched it? Have you watched
I'm not
it?
kidding when I say Nightwish is my favorite band. I love this
No.
movie. It's so depressing.
Good.
I love it.
I know, but it's also a very good example of visual storytelling because you get more through what's actually happening than you do through the actual dialogue.
Yes, and musical storytelling as well, because it really takes the songs and is able to write a story around the ideas in the songs.
Yeah, so I would recommend that to any.
The Wall.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That's the best way of describing it.
I think Thomas, the keyboardist and main composer, described it as a mix of The Wall with Sweeney Todd, Moulin Rouge, and Fantasia, which I think is accurate.
Yeah.
I'm in. You sold me on that shit.
It's good.
I would
It's
recommend. I would definitely recommend watching it.
I would recommend listening to the album first because not every song that's on the album appears in the movie in its exact form, but it's all written into the score by Thomas, the keyboardist. All the motifs from the album appear in the score.
Gotcha.
See, he's an Uber fan,
If you were dropped in a desert island and you were given an old MP3 player that could only have one band's music on it for the rest of your life, what band would it be? Could only be one band.
It would definitely be Nightwish. I've got to say because they've got a ton of albums. They've been writing. They've been writing music since the end of the 90s, and they just put out a new album this year. So they just keep making music, and it gradually evolves. Their sound is drastically different since they put out Angels Fall First. So much good stuff.
Was it your dad that put you onto him, or because from what I gather, your dad seems to be a big kind of influence on your musical tastes.
For me, I discovered Nightwish on my own. His thing when he was a kid was Kiss, so I was able to sort of connect my musical tastes when it came to heavy metal with him because of stuff like Kiss. But and we had bands like Rush and Kansas in our vinyl collection, so that helped. But I found Nightwish on my own through the internet because there are a lot of fantasy-inspired videos that like to use their music online.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, one of the weirdly, the first connections I made with Nightwish were through Alice in Wonderland videos. Someone synced up the song Elven Path with clips from the Disney Alice in Wonderland movie. And I heard that and I was like, whoa, what is this? And I need more of it. And then, again, Trenchy, I bring up that Russian Alice movie from the 80s. Someone synced up clips from that movie, which I loved at the time, with the song Storytime. And I discovered that song through that. And after seeing those two things, I kind of forgot about them for a little while. And then when I started getting into the goth subculture and the metal subculture, I discovered Nightwish again, and I heard those songs again, and I was like, this is my favorite band now. I just love this style, this really unique style that they have.
Yeah, AMVs are a good way to find music and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was how I found most of my musical taste early on.
Have you ever gone off a band? I mean, they've either put out an album so shitty or done something so shitty or said something so shitty that you've said, I'm not listening to their music anymore. That ever happened to you?
Yes. That happened to me with Burzum, the Norwegian black metal band. Because the first time I heard their music, I thought it was beautiful, really dark, really atmospheric. But then I found out that Varg Vikernes, who writes all that stuff, is a white supremacist and a terrible human being. So I was like, nope, never again.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, that ruins it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark's frozen.
Question for you, Andrew. Can you remember there's a band, I liked their music, but one thing I love is their music videos. There's this orc working in an office, and he likes this chick. What's the band?
Necrogoblicon.
Thank you.
I love them so much.
Basically, you think it's going to go one way. You think like the goblin kind of character is going to get bullied, and then he just eviscerates. He eviscerates two of these bully office workers, and cakes her one in blood. And she starts screaming. He's like, "I'm a goblin. What the fuck do you expect?"
Yeah, and then she just screams. It's amazing.
I think Mark may have crashed.
Oh crap!
Mark,
his screen's frozen, no sound. No, his screen's frozen, no sound.
No, he left. So maybe it's just.
Yeah, he'll
he's not
be back in a sec.
I thought that blurry thing was him trying to move to the side.
Oh wait, that might be it. I thought it was gone though.
No, I think it's the screen.
I had to go and attend to the door, so I missed something.
But in regards to Necrogoblicon, have you seen the follow-up video, Marty? We Need a Gimmick?
No.
It's great because it's Necrogoblicon trying to do a gimmick for one of their music videos to get more views. So they do a classy video. They hire some really beautiful model, and they're all wearing suits. And John Goblicon, the Goblin, is in there in a suit, and he's terrifying everyone. Then they try to do a rap video and a satanic black metal video. And then by the end of it, they're just like, screw it, we're going to put all the gimmicks together. So they just mishmash everything together. It's so fun.
I gotta check it out.
I'll send you a
Their
link.
gimmick is gimmicks.
Dude, I'm sorry. I was chatting to Neve when you premiered your 300 subscriber quiz kind of thing. But I'm gonna pimp tweet it later on. If that's any good to you. Sorry again about that, dude.
Yeah, no worries at all. It was a good time, and I'm glad so many people ended up showing up for it.
Even if some of us were there to poke fun.
Or be a dick.
What did you say, DK? What did you
The
say
hat-
to the poor guy?
But he's now got a magical ethereal hat that not only eats names, it also eats brain cells.
Yes, because I had so much horrible confusion while I was trying to sort out the names at the end of that contest. It was great.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, dude, because you're sitting here trying to get this contest done, and then you have Deacon in the chat like joking with you, and then you have me in the chat just being a dick, and it's just like,
Yeah, it was great though. It was so fun.
It's all about being silly.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, there's too many serious people online. I don't mind spouting facts every once in a while, but I like being the silly one that tries to break the tension.
Yeah, and I definitely I try to keep it light and fun and entertaining. But yeah, if I need to get dark and serious and talk about the important things, I will. But overall, I try to keep it light.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean,
See,
I think
he
I've
was
been
gone.
behaving. He wasn't gone. See, I think I've been behaving this stream because I haven't been that weird at facts. It's gone to the dark.
You're all a bunch of classy fuckers here, though. Like in comparison to me, I'm fucking Jesus Christ. You're all super civilized and don't through when you talk.
Yeah.
Don't eat your snots when you're hungry or anything like that. You're super fucking upscale. So you should be happy with that, you know.
It's only because your swear jar at the end of the month accumulates to your rent.
Yeah, that's true. If I had a swear jar, I would be a fucking multi-fucking millionaire. I swear to God. It's insane. But in comparison to my father, though, guys, I swear to God, the air would be as blue as fuck if he met my old man, because he cannot stop fucking swearing.
Wow.
Oh, we need this. We need a video.
My father swears. My dad is like, oh, fucking YouTube. What the fuck is that glue? I'm like, no, it's a fucking video. He doesn't like technology. He's like Conan. He doesn't like civilization and fucking technology.
Oh, I wish I had his mindset. It would make my life so much easier. But I like technology, and technology just hates me.
Like, again, the worst thing is, do you know what? The only thing I have to do on Father's Day, all I have to do is buy him credit and put it into the phone for him. That's all I have to do. And that fucking credit lasts him fucking ages. I swear to God. I was like, man got him a fucking smartphone, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh no, your father. I said, that fucker won't use that phone. And it was on the counter for like 6 months. And I was like, are you going to use that phone? He goes, no, the fucking government can track me. I'm like, you fucking calm your head. Like, sorry, just my old man. He makes me seem sophisticated, and that's a challenge in itself.
Well, they can track you.
Yeah, but
Unless you turn stuff off.
Oh, even if you don't, because every time you ping a tower.
Yeah.
So unless you turn it off, they can track you.
Welcome to the 21st century. We can find you anywhere. Unless you're a dead body, then you're clueless.
I swear to God, though, my old man just, for fuck, he was trying to tune in the radio in the Jeep, and I was like, okay, well, what's wrong? The radio isn't working. I said, have you the ignition turned in the Jeep? Oh yeah, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, turn on the fucking Jeep, turn on the fucking engine, and then the radio will fucking work. It's like,
yeah.
When it comes to fathers, I don't mind people chatting about theirs, but I'm not really chatting about mine.
Oh, jeez, that's like I think when it comes to dads, they're just it's not fucking that some dads are automatically shitty. It's just it depends on the dads they had. It's just they learn what they can from their fathers, which is not fucking. It depends on your father, like it's just. I'm rambling. Sorry, I think I'm half fucking asleep.
Well, for
I was just about to say I'm gonna end this. So you guys,
no, that's
you guys can get.
that's fine.
Dark.
That's fine, Mike. For the last hour, you look like you've been spacing out a little bit as well. So
No,
I think we took over. We took over.
Oh.
We came in like a bunch of pygmies and took over.
This was actually pretty. I actually had a good time.
No, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I came in at the last minute.
We're glad to see you, Claudia.
We're glad
we're
you came
always
in.
happy to see your lovely face.
It's awesome to have like fucking a dude who's like fucking super sophisticated and can rock a cowboy hat without being ironic.
Whereas I can only ever rock old hats.
I like those too.
Oh, that's true.
Is that a pork pie or a fedora? Or
It's a top. It's a top.
Oh! Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fucking half asleep here, guys.
Traditionally called a stoke hat.
A soak hat?
Stoke hat. As in a chimney stoke.
Stovepipe. Like a smaller version of Lincoln's kind of hat.
Yeah. I've got a little bit of a hat collection going on downstairs, so I'm going to see how many I can get through in one stream one day.
Like
what's the deal tomorrow night, Deacon?
Tomorrow night I'm free because I am probably going to be joining Anther and Trenchy on some point.
Oh, nice.
And being
Corey, maybe.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the stream tomorrow, or do you want me to do it? Because as I said, I still have about 18 hours left now on my tin reset, so I might do a stream tomorrow. Or do you want to do it? Because you have to gaff yourself.
If you do a stream tomorrow, I'll host one on Friday.
Savage, we'll do that. So, guys, you up for a stream tomorrow?
I'll be.
I got something at 8, but I'll join before then. If you do before then, I'll join.
Yeah, we'll organise time.
I just realised tomorrow's not Sunday, is it?
No, tomorrow's Monday.
Fuck me sideways.
He thought it was Sunday tomorrow. Oh well.
No,
don't worry.
Tomorrow if people are about, if you want.
No, it's all right. Trash, Trenchy, and Claudia are doing a movie type stream tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, we're watching Twisted. It's gonna be fun.
And I'll host on Friday.
Okay.
And if anybody else wants to be involved, you're welcome.
Oh Christ!
This has been fun.
I'm fading faster than a fucking blouse left out in the fucking sun.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, guys.
Not a problem, dude.
Yeah.
In that case, good night, people, and good night, chat, and anyone who watches in the future. Night, night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Fun.
Oh.